Hello, hello everybody in the chat, I hope you're doing well. I might have just randomly come into your ears. My name is Ben, I am lurking in the background at the moment, and we are trying to get everything sorted. Music is too quiet, let me know. If the music is too loud while you're waiting, let me know. We'll be back with you in around about 15 minutes. The players are here, we'll go and have a chat with them. We'll be with you in just a second. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Oh, we're a bit off centre. I'm going to move this way a little bit. You're going to move that way a little bit. I look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. We'll take it. It's raining and windy outside.
It's wonderful.
It is. Anyway, hello everybody. My name is Ben, otherwise known as the One Ben Bailey on the internet, if you've heard of me. And this, I'm joined by the illustrious and magnificent Michael Doig. Or Doig.
Doig. I've heard it all. It could be worse.
Insert name here, right? How you doing?
I'm very well.
Well, thank you so much for joining me to be able to commentate on the final of Sanctuary Gaming Centre's league, I guess, knockout tournament that we've been having.
And it's Owen and James. So.
It is, yeah. It's Owen and James. These two players have fought essentially across the year, as yourself did, to try and get...
My money is on Owen, I'm afraid.
Well, we'll get to that bit in just a second. But the players here have fought all year to be able to get as many wins as possible, to be able to qualify one of the top 8 spots, which yourself did.
I did. I went out first round to James. No bias. No bias.
The players then play in an 8-player knockout tournament, with obviously yourself playing Jervis in game 1.
I played James.
James then played James Prosser, and now he has made his way to the final.
Yeah.
And Owen in game 1 played John Fox.
I think John conceded.
Oh, John conceded.
I can't remember if they actually played or if John was too busy.
John and Tansy played in game 1.
Oh, yes.
Tansy and
which means Owen beat
played
Ryan.
game 2. Yeah, Owen beat Ryan. There you go, in game 1.
Or Ross. It was one of them.
It was Ryan. And then now we are at the final with James and James Jervis and Owen Wright battling it out to win not only the ultimate bragging rights, right?
Is there any other prize?
There is. If you win, you get free entry to all of the Sanctuary Ran Legion events next year.
But bragging rights is the
But
main
bragging
prize.
rights is the ultimate prize, right?
That's the one we all want.
It's because the tournaments here are so cheap. It's £6. Just come along and play. There's one this Sunday if you're local to Sutton in Ashfield. Check it out. Come on, it's skirmish.
Skirmish.
It's going to be some good fun. But you know, at £6 a ticket, which is pretty cheap to be fair. But over the course of 12 months, and we do one every single month, 72 quid you're saving. That's at least one box of Dark Troopers. In fact, it's a Dark Trooper and half of Moff Gideon. Yeah, you get the box, but not the miniature. So we're just going to take a really quick break because I am going to be able to bring James and Owen. We're going to bring them one at a time. James first, and then Owen. We're going to have a little chat about the lists. The players have now seen them, and then once they've gone, we'll come back to us and we'll run through the lists. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grand.
Some list breakdown. That's wonderful.
We will be right back, people. Stay where you are. Don't go anywhere. And ladies and gentlemen, I am joined back with Mr. James Jervis. Yeah, you'll be able to see yourself twice as well.
Yeah, that's a bit weird to get used to.
Well, just focus on this camera right here, or me. Oh, you can focus on me.
Nah, the camera.
Oh, wow, I appreciate that, my dude. Thank you so much for joining us, James, and also letting us have you on stream. It's massive.
It's all right, not a problem. My
really
debut on the stream. Hi, everyone.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm going to be Owen.
There you go. Blind confidence. The man does not need anything else.
I'm channeling my inner Doig.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, as we do with all of our other tournament coverage that we do, like our AOS stuff and all that sort of stuff, we try and say, just play your game as normal. You'll be absolutely fine. Don't worry about the cameras.
Oh, I'm not worried.
Nobody can hear you, so you're absolutely safe. You can say it or do whatever you like within reason. And it's just going to be you and Owen playing a game for the ultimate bragging rights.
Exactly. I just want to say, Doig, look at that name on the wall. That's my name, not Doig's.
we are going to be having a championship board
for.
up. So,
exactly.
yeah, it's going to be pretty good to be able to see somebody's name in lights. My money is on you.
Oh, that's sweet, people.
Don't tell Owen I said that. He'll probably watch it back in the VOD and be like, Ben. But now you're bringing Separatists.
Yes.
And you've got Dooku leading the force.
My old man Dooku.
A lovely array of B2s with some heavy weapons and some worker droids. be able to bring those B2s back, I assume.
Yes, because I've been burned by arm before.
Yep. And then you've got 2 naked B1s.
Yep.
I assume just to be able to tag on objectives later on in the game.
Exactly that.
Just
They
throw
are
some stuff
pure
down.
objective items, and if I need to push Dooku or whatever into B1 unit to stop him doing stuff,
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah,
Cannon fodder.
I said this yesterday when we were setting up the table. I assume you're going to just hide them behind some heavy cover, out of line of sight, so there's no shooting, and then just pop onto objectives
Exactly.
as and when, which is pretty cool.
Fees the B2s to do what they need to do. Same with the Magna Guards and Dooku.
And then you've got 2 units of Magna Guard with the RPS rocket launcher.
Oh, yeah.
Tenacity and situational,
Yes.
which is pretty cool. They're basically Dooku's bodyguard.
Oh, yeah. Basically, is the best friends, BFS, protecting him through thick and thin.
You wouldn't want anything different, would you, than your weird psycho robots helping you out
Exactly.
across the
You
galaxy.
can't bring Dooku without bringing at least Magnas.
Yeah, you are not wrong. So, having seen the table,
Yes.
having seen Owen's list and knowing your list, and you being blue player knowing your missions, we'll get to mission selection in a second. How do you feel? Are you
Oh, I'm
confident?
fantastic
You're
now.
wonderfully
Yeah,
confident.
the board does suit my list more than Owen, because he's playing Echo-based defenders.
Yep.
So, lots of line-of-sight blocking stuff.
Yep.
All I have to do is hide behind a building, and he can't shoot me with half his army.
Yeah, now it's a case of, depending on what mission you get to, obviously he will get the last choice of deletion.
Yes, which is another thing is, with my list, I've chosen objectives where they need to come out and get it. And that's Echo-based nightmare
Yeah.
to
It
move
definitely
out.
is. Okie dokie. So you're feeling pretty confident.
Oh, yeah.
We will check in with you when after the game and stuff like that. But have you got anything you would like to say before we start to your friends, family, me?
Roger.
Perfect. That is brilliant. I'm going to go and get Owen, and we will be right back. Go nowhere. And we are back with our second contestant, my favourite person in the world. I didn't actually say that to James. Full disclosure.
I am going to watch back and make sure.
You feel free. You watch back, my dude. I am joined by Mr. Owen Wright. How are you doing, Owen?
I'm knackered, but yeah, I'm here.
You've just had a brand new addition to your family, haven't you?
Yeah,
Which is
six
exciting.
weeks old, baby at home. So
6 weeks old and fighting for arguably the best prize that you could ever ask for, ultimate bragging rights.
just beating James is worth it.
Not only beating James, beating him on camera.
Yeah, yeah. I can just show him over and over again.
It will be immortalized for
Yeah.
everybody to see. So yeah, obviously you've seen the table.
Yeah.
You know your red player. You've seen Jervis's list and you've seen your list.
Yeah.
How do you feel going into this game?
That table hurts.
Right.
I took Echo Base because it had the flexibility depending on whether he took this list or he took the Shadow Collective Mando list that he's been running recently.
With Bus, Maul, Mandos, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
But there's like 3 massive line of sight blocking things across the diagonal.
Yep.
Which causes me a bit of an issue.
What if you end up playing across the opposite diagonal?
That's not such an issue.
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking at it with Doig and saying, actually, there's a few bits where if a piece of terrain was moved by like half a range ruler, then it would be almost too good because I could just whack an emplacement on it, and I would be covering the whole battlefield, and it would be a sad time to be a droid. But it is hard as a TO. Like I've been there doing it with Lord of the Rings stuff. It's you want to encourage the most interesting play.
Yeah.
And let's face it, castling is not interesting.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that is great. We want to make sure that you guys are having fun, but also you are playing for a prize here.
Yeah,
you are playing for free entry to all the events this year.
And I have ditched my Luke bust list, which would have loved it So, you know, it was my play. I went big.
Well, let's see if you go home. Both players did submit their lists to me on Wednesday, so there is a couple of days ahead of time, which is an interesting one, because usually you don't have to do that for this sort of stuff.
No.
You can just turn up and play and do whatever. But I did ask specifically that you supplied them me on Wednesday, so we could set the table up Thursday, and I could get your list in a nice little graphic. I haven't showed the stream those yet. We'll do when Doig's back with us and we'll talk through them in a bit more detail. But, you know, what are you expecting from Jervis's missions and deployments? Do you have any idea, or are you just going to see what happens and you don't really care?
I expect Hostage to be in there. I expect he'd quite like it. Dooku likes hostages.
Yep.
He'd like hostages, I think, with something like Hemmed In as blue player, because then he's on the real advantage close on there. So that's got to be a real... If I've got the choice to get rid of one of them, I've got to do it. But if he's gambled that I've taken Luke, then he will have taken... Like my normal Luke bus list, it would have taken a longer deployment, like
Long March,
and that would really be good for me.
Yeah.
Because even if I get two or three turns before the main part of his army hits, like that's a few models down, and
that's essentially 6 FD cannons, isn't it? Shooting, which is huge.
Yeah, it is, and I've taken the impact one, so hopefully that's a few B2s down.
Well, that's the thing. The B2s sort of suffer a little bit against this, because they've got that armor 1.
Yeah.
Just because it's armor 1 doesn't mean that you only impact once. Impact as many times as you're impacting.
Exactly.
Which is 3 on the FD cannons with the barrage.
Yeah, it's 3 with barrage.
Yeah, which is insane, especially when they're going to sit there and just be like, I searched a hit as well.
Yeah.
So you're going to cancel 1 hit, but all of these are going to become crits, and we're going to love life.
And hopefully I might roll a crit.
Well, we'll see.
I mean, it doesn't happen often with FD cannons. That's all Luke. Luke is like the crit master.
The crit man. No, he's the surge man. He just happens to turn.
It just happens to have crit. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't like rolling actual crits, does he?
No, never.
If somebody could block surges in the game, then that would be the end of my OP Luke.
I'm surprised the pikes don't block surges. They might as well.
Yeah,
you know,
they might as well add that on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blocks everything else.
Blocks everything, and they only got a 4-point increase.
But it got rid of his list. It worked.
It
worked.
It does change stuff. You know, the points changes and stuff are in effect. Obviously, the 16th this month, we're getting new rules as well. So this is sort of like the final hurrah before the tournament this weekend.
Yeah.
So that's going to be quite interesting to see, and we'll see if you can make use of the long-range damage because you can panic droids. They can't be suppressed, but you can panic them.
No, and actually, he's going to have to hide Dooku. So I'm going to be shooting droids, and I've just got to shoot so hard, haven't I? Yeah. It's got to be. And to be fair, actually, if he gets to me, I fancy Chewie and Luke in a fight against most things.
Oh, certainly. And you've got Han to be able to pick stuff off as well.
Yeah. And actually, Han loves playing against heavy droids, because every pierce is a thing hurting.
Yeah.
So.
And because it's Pierce 2, it's a dead B2.
It is.
It's huge.
And he tears through Magna Guard if he can get a couple of Magna Guard there. Move out, shoot him, especially, again, teamwork with Chewie. I'll have an aim as well. So.
And he's also got he's got Gunslinger, right? And there's 2 units of B2, 3 units of B2s and 2 Magna Guard. So you can really be capitalizing on that as much as you can.
Yeah, just got to hope it all goes exactly to my plans.
Well, your plan we will see come to fruition. I'm going to send you back to the room of doom, and I'm going to bring Doig back, and we'll get you started and setting up with missions.
Yeah, I'll let you turn the mic down a bit for when Doig gets here.
I'll just turn it off. No, we will
you can just hear him on yours.
We will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Stay where you are, and me and Doig will be back in a second. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm joined once again by the wonderful Michael Doig.
I've changed from James and back again.
James to Owen to you.
Back. Yeah, what an upgrade.
We are going to go straight to our what I'm calling dice cam here for the players, because we're going to be able to see their choices that we've got going on for the objectives. Now, bear with me 1 second. I'm going to just show them where they should be placing them. Doig, have you had a chat with either of those two players, and if so, what was the thought process behind either of them?
I've had a quick chat with both of them. Owen is under the impression that James has got a slightly stronger list, which I agree with. However, I think based on it, they've both taken lists that would beat the other person's last list. So we have James took a list that would beat Owen's list he had in the last match. Owen has taken a list of James that would beat James in the last match. Not their current matchups. They've interestingly countered each other based on what they've seen. James definitely feels more confident. He's got his missions. He 10-point bid. I don't know why you'd want to bid that large, but obviously I'm unfairly biased. I don't do bids. Owen, as ever, slightly less confident, but he likes to downplay his chances, so he feels like he's won an underdog victory.
Yeah, I am just going to flip that.
Yes. Oh, wonderful.
And hand the other way.
And the other way, so we can see it. So.
There we go. So.
This is Jarvis's objectives.
Yep, these are Jervis's missions. Oh, I'm a bit loud there. We can see that we've got payload, recover the supplies, intercept, and hostage, which is an interesting one.
Well, hostage makes absolute sense with Dooku.
It's a bit of a shame it's in the 4th spot, though.
I think it makes the game a lot better. Otherwise, James guns for that.
Yep.
Dooku being able to go, you move speed 2, speed 1, throws the hostage his own deep end, and no one catches him again.
Yeah, I kind of think this is perfect for Owen, right? Because you can cancel hemmed in and payload and be okay. Limited Viz he probably wants gone.
I think Owen cancels limited ability because advanced positions really benefits Owen.
Yeah.
Because those stupid turrets will go, oh, I'm on a high point. You can't catch this.
But payload is also a bit of a struggle for Owen with having those 2 FD cannons.
Payload is going to be a strong. They all actually require him to come out quite a lot.
Yep.
I think of them all, intercept the transmissions is possibly all the heroes because he's going to have everyone moving forward.
He's got hand Chewie, so on and so forth.
And then payload is tricky depending on what terrain piece he nominates. He could have the FD cannon sat where it has to be, but that's a tactical decision. Limited visibility, fortified positions. I can't see them coming. Oh, they've got rid of the first one.
Did Jervis pass? I think Jervis might have passed.
I could see him passing.
I think he needs to, right? Hemmed in. This is payload limited viz. Hemmed in is like one of his perfect scenarios.
They're all his objective deck, and if there's one thing he's good at, it's choosing the right objective for himself.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think hemmed in had to be deleted. We'll see at the table in very shortly as to why that had to be deleted. Because of the way that everything sort of is on the tabletop. Now I think Jervis is just passing again.
Is he passing twice? That's interesting.
I mean, he doesn't want battle lines.
He absolutely does. Because you look at battle lines and the sides Owen has taken, I think there's not enough lines of visibility there.
Oh no, Jervis does cancel out for battle lines. Oh, I can tell you that I sat with 2 FD cannons yesterday for about half an hour, making sure they had visibility if battle lines came up.
They've got some, but not perfect.
No.
If they'd had a couple of others, I think that's has he cancelled it? Has he not? He can't make his mind up.
Well, this is a big choice. The game can genuinely be won or lost in this point. Limited viz, Owen might not be too fussed with that. If he can get, I suppose battle lines really sucks for him. If he could get like major offensive, maybe it works. But payload's I would cancel payload if I was Owen.
I think so. I don't know. If I knew I had the final one, I'd almost want fortified positions because you can slow down all of the droid troops. And things like Chewbacca just don't care. They'll run over it.
I mean, I guess if you can put the payload in your barricades in such a position that payload might be obstructive. We might need some more barricades. Fortified positions. That's 4? There's 8 extra.
It's 8 in standard. It's 800 points. 800 points, which is standard.
Placing barricades.
4 apiece.
8 barricades. Ooh. So if you're Owen, you get rid of limited vis.
I think if I was Owen, I'd get rid of limited visibility because I think the barricades favour me, as does the being able to shoot everywhere. If I was, if we don't know, maybe Owen might pass. He might be happy with all this. I think Owen's definitely glad hostage exchange didn't come up because that's the.
Just dip down to this for a second because you can see that they're
discussing deployment types.
Yeah, this is our map that we've got here today. You know, one of the reasons we were talking about hemmed in is because that would put Owen here, Jervis like over on this bit, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Which means that it would be. I mean, you could put an FD cannon here and shoot this way, and an FD cannon here and shoot this way. Maybe hemmed in wasn't a bad choice.
It might not have been for Owen, but depending on the mission, hemmed in could be horrendous because Dooku starts near enough to you, you get caught.
Yeah.
Oh,
Payload gone.
So it is.
So we're playing recover the supplies, limited vis,
and battle lines.
Battle lines.
I'm
okay.
Surprised by that.
Recover the supplies, limited vis, and I don't have battle lines in here because I put the wrong thing in. I will change that very shortly, team.
Did you put in?
I put long march by accident.
Yeah.
All right, I'll swap that, and we will go to top down. Here we go. So I will go and recorrect that dice tray. I'll be 2 ticks. Doig, what do we think about limited vis? Is it really going to penalise Owen? Is it going to save Jervis?
Oh, the battle lines. So you've got the all sections, top and bottom. I can see this being very interesting. If Owen can get a cannon on that hill there, I say that there. I'm pointing to myself. The bottom left corner of the screen, there is a big grey hill thing. If an FD cannon gets up there, it will have a relatively unobstructed line of sight for its turns. Now I know the building in the middle, the turret cannon, passable, as are the bobbly-headed buildings. Now the other, a really interesting one regarding that was where James decides to do. Count Dooku, Magna with rocket launch. They're really good against vehicles. They've got quite a lot of flexibility, but same mission, very tricky.
Yeah, I was just having a quick chat with the players there, and we're just saying that when we set up the table, because battle lines is obviously like this range here.
Yeah.
If it was payload, the only terrain pieces for Jervis outside of his deployment zone, be that little bit there,
or the hill,
or he'd have to look at this.
Yeah.
So payload would have actually been really good for Owen if that would have been the case. Oh, this is wonderful. This makes me feel confident that when we put the table together last night, we've done a really good job because both players had to.
Yes.
Oh, it's going to be interesting. So, with payload, got to get some bombs across the field.
Payload is 1 bomb.
Yep. Each person has 1 bomb.
Each person has 1 bomb. You move it with your unit leaders.
Yep. And then you've got to get it over to the other point, right?
From memory, it's a terrain piece rather than a point.
So if you scroll down.
I thought it was a terrain piece.
Oh, it's right at the top. Who doesn't love it? Do you want to read that out for us, Doig?
Payload. Starting with the blue player, each player places a bomb card within their deployment zone. Then, starting with the blue player, each player marks piece of terrain by placing 1 objective token matching their opponent's colour on that terrain piece. But they didn't. They go for payload?
They did go for payload, yeah.
They go to recover the supplies.
Nope. Oh wait, no, they did go for recover.
Is that not what you've gone for?
Yeah, they did go for recover. Ignore me. They went for recover. Apologies.
No. Recover the supplies. Place 1 unclaimed objective token on the centre of the battlefield. Then, starting with the blue player, players alternate placing 4 or more unclaimed tokens on the battlefield. Must be placed beyond range 1 of each deployment zone and beyond range 1 of any other objective token. Oh, now that's a little bit naughty. Who would do that?
So we're putting those. Look at those tokens.
That's incredible. They've clearly decided they don't want the left-hand side of the board.
Are we playing skirmish?
Look, feels like it, doesn't it? They've got the one there.
We're playing skirmish, aren't we?
I mean, that being impassable that's actually really strong for Owen because he'll just jump over that.
This bit.
Yeah.
Yep. It is impassable. Owen's got the capability to just go, right, I'm over here now, thanks.
Yeah, do we have the map that the players have for the terrain?
We do. Give me 1 second. I've just got to fix this thing real quick,
Yeah.
and then I can fix the other thing. Is that not wanting to show up as... Cool. Right, so the map for the players is actually on this laptop. I've got so many different laptops. No, it's not. I deleted it because I suck.
Because you printed it out. So
Basically, we've got... This bit's impassable. Sorry, heavy. Heavy. This bit's heavy. This bit's heavy.
I thought that bit was impassable.
Yeah, it is.
What
else is heavy? All the barricades are heavy, obviously. Yep. Heavy, 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 heavy.
So then
this bit...
That's impassable and heavy.
This is impassable and heavy.
As are the two buildings at the top and the slave one.
Yep. Those bits are all impassable and heavy.
Yep.
Coming to you with yellow now, we've got just standard light cover. Are all on these like little bits that are going to be circled here.
Yep.
And then this little bit here. And then like these bits here too.
Yes.
And then last but not least, this bit, and this bit are light difficult for troopers.
And the sticky out part of the crater is not being used for line of sight blocking, is it, in this instance?
No.
That was
it's not being used for heavy or anything like that, because we thought if you actually look at the battlefield, it's relatively balanced.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you've got, particularly off to this side, you've got the two difficult bits almost equidistant from the board edge. You've got one slap bang in the centre. You've got...
Oh, James is putting his first unit down.
Heavy bit, so on and so forth.
B1s. James, ever the bold player, putting down the B1 first.
Ever vigilant B1 player. Look at those B1s getting deployed there.
Everyone likes B1s. That's just how it rolls.
This will be irrelevant as a camera angle. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Because all the objectives are over on the other side of the table.
That is... They'll give us a really good view of their hands. That's about it.
I might go and move this camera slightly later on in the game.
So this isn't a bad one, though, because you'll see a lot of the action as it's happening there.
Yeah, well, if we look at this, we've got an objective here, an objective here, an objective here, and then there's another one on the far side, and another one on the other side of that. Because there's 3 in this little triangulation. So we'll get to see some stuff from here, which is quite nice.
So I think for deployment, actually, I think that almost Owen I could see deploying in the middle here.
Do you want to draw?
I have no idea how to draw.
Well, this is a pen. This is a tablet.
I think Owen's FD cannon, one will be here.
Yep.
And I assume one goes here. I could be wrong. Oh, no, he's put one slightly to the right.
I think he's trying to rely on that little bit of light cover for it, just in case.
Oh, I know. James Jervis has got the Blast B2s, hasn't he?
He does, yeah. He does.
Oh.
No, sorry, I was just making sure this was...
still working?
Still working and wonderful, which it is. Perfect.
Oh. And it's the second B1s. Oh, Owen has deployed the FD cannon in cover. It can only see one of the objectives, really. Oh, no, it might be able to see 2 under the tail of that.
Yeah, it's probably got its firing arc like this. For those of you that don't play Legion... In fact, do you know what? I can do one better than this. I can say this is the center point of the base, and its firing arc looks...
Like that?
Like that.
So it's covering 2... No, it's potentially covering that unless a unit sneaks round.
The only thing about the middle objective is this building is in the way. So it's probably covering this part of the objective, but not the rest of it. But I think that's a really good position for it to be in. Yeah. With 3 on that other side.
That definitely gives him some valid cover. Is that Rebel veterans going down?
Yep, there will be a unit of Rebel vets going down. Owen's list. Oh, whilst they are deploying, we can talk about the lists.
Yeah, that would be
So, speaking of Owen's list, bang, here we go. Owen Wright, Echo-based defenders. He's rocking 2 command, 1 operative, 4 troops, and 2 support units with 9 activations and 0 bid. They would have been Owen's missions, deployments, and conditions. Unfortunately, he wasn't blue player, so doesn't get that opportunity. We can see now, we have information that James doesn't, his command cards. We've got Sorry About the Mess, which is Hans 0 pip.
Only card in the game that's faster than Dooku, which could be really, really funny to see James's face when that gets played.
We've got Son of Skywalker. Part of me thinks that he's just taken hand for that mostly, potentially.
Yeah, absolutely.
Son of Skywalker, obviously it's an auto take when you've got Luke.
Yes.
Full of
absolutely.
Surprises is an interesting one. It's the one where he can defend with extra white dice, depending on his suppression, I believe.
Doesn't Full of Surprises also give him...
Surge defend.
Let's have a brief look at his command cards.
Just scroll down to the bottom. My ally is the Force. You can issue 2 troopers and give a dodge to those troopers.
Yes.
Really good on the vets if they've got defend, but actually you're probably issuing it on Chewie and Han. Probably Han and Luke actually,
Yep.
because the vets obviously have HQ uplink and can just bounce it to the blasters.
Yeah, so Full of Surprises is just Luke. He gains dodge and while defending gets white dice equal to the courage minus the suppression.
Yeah, so he's courage 3, so he can roll some extra white dice, which is quite nice.
And with extra deflect can do more wounds than he takes.
Exactly.
That's
Hold at any cost is the Echo base specific one. This is the only reason that Owen has taken it, which is the
it gives all of some
standby
placement
to
troopers
all.
a standby.
Yep, and the issued units get an aim, and then he's got Return of the Jedi,
Yep.
which is
There's another Luke one.
yep, not I Am Jedi, but Return. When he's issued an order, he gains a dodge, and he activates each friendly trooper unit at range 1 to 3, get rid of suppression.
That's quite good.
Very, very good, and it's a 3-order pip.
Luke and 2 units.
So I'm really quickly going to run through Owen's list and actually tell you what's on it, and then we'll jump to Jervis's and Doig. I think that's your specialty, being the droid player.
Oh, good.
But we've got Luke Skywalker, totaling at 185. He's got Force Push, Burst of Speed, and Prepared Supplies. Even with the increase in points for Burst of Speed, Owen still values it. We've got Han Solo, rocking Improvised Orders and Recon, a naked walking carpet, or a naked Chewbacca. We've got 2 units of Rebel Vets, both with an M-093 Trooper. Rebel Comms Tech so that they can get the HQ uplink. They also have Coordinate and Placement Trooper on their card, which is useful for the 2 Mark II blasters that he's got. Then rocking up in the support slots, we've got 2 1.4 FD laser cannon teams, both with HQ uplink, and the Overcharge Generator, which is the impact heavy one.
Yeah, so they've both got impact with no vehicles, which is quite...
Difference is B2s have armor.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that could be useful.
Going to be quite big.
Looking at that is quite entertaining. So,
and then we'll move over to Jervis's list.
We have, to nobody's great surprise, Count Dooku with push, choke, and reflexes.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen Dooku leave home without at least push and reflexes.
Why would you not take choke? It's so good.
Because fear is cooler. Obviously, I'm a big fan of fear. The 3 B2 super battle droid units. God, they're nearly 100 points a unit. That's an expensive core choice.
They are, but
I'm lamenting the number of B1s I could fit in there.
What are they, 4 models in each unit? 5 models in each unit because the worker droid.
They've got the worker droid, the 5 models, the joy of that blast cannon, so short range actually becomes Jervis's favoured playground. 2 naked B1s, I assume they're go and grab objectives in the corner, boys, leave them alone. The Magna Guards, so as I said before the match, I like these Magna Guard, but the Tenacity, I think I would have swapped Tenacity for Protector, but then I didn't know what Owen's bid was. I know what I would do, and I don't go for a bid myself.
I had a chat with James actually about this the other day. I remember now that we were talking about it, and I asked him why Tenacity on Magna Guard, and he said because that 1 extra red dice can turn 4 hits into 5 hits relatively easily, and 5 is the majority of unnamed characters.
Yes. So you do kill stuff when they hit you. And
you also wipe a unit with an upgrade usually. So like 5 units of Rebel Troopers. You could get rid of 5 in one go if you've got that extra red dice on average.
Yeah, so that's absolutely true. So the command cards, Fear, Surprise, Intimidation is the best 1 pip I think I've ever seen.
It's incredible. I took 2 units out with it yesterday, or the other day.
The ability to range attack and saber and charge with Dooku doesn't normally have the ability to move and hit at the same action is incredible. Ambush does what it says on the tin, it's 1 unit activation. Push, 2 units. Double fall, Dooku and 1 unit. This will be interesting with some of Luke's stuff because you could stop Luke activating. Now, with order control as it is in Owen's list, I'm not sure it's as useful.
I actually think Owen's got more order control than Jervis
Owen's
does.
got more order control than most droid players, which is slightly terrifying as a separatist myself.
You Disappoint Me is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And even better with if they were playing hostage because you could just make that speed 2 move and then a force push.
And then force push and you're just not getting a hostage out of there. That could be huge with Chewbacca and Han Solo to go. You're not buffing each other as they are want to do. And Roger, which will give out dodges, that's going to be on the B2s. 2 units of B2s and a unit of B1s to
bounce
conga
to
line.
another unit of B2s.
The Magna Guard having retinue don't need it. They'll always be within range of Dooku, or they should always be within range of Dooku.
Yep. And then you've got standing orders, obviously, which is pretty fair.
Interesting having 3 worker droids as well.
So, we had a conversation about this. The worker droids are actually 2 wounds each, because they're in a B2 unit.
yes, because they don't have a wound value on them.
Correct.
But
so it makes them 2 wound repairs with cap 2. And they bring back a whole droid. So if a B2 unit gets...
They bring back a whole droid at 1 wound.
It's a B2 droid.
Which is, yeah. But with all the with Owen having the only useful impact, I wonder if they'd be more useful on Magna Guard.
Potentially.
'Cause
Very
Magna Guard are
potentially.
much harder.
It definitely gives you an option to swivel between what you're going to heal. Now, coming back to the board, we can see that a load of other stuff has gone
look
down.
at that. That's
Oh, wait, hang on. We can go to this camp.
no, we can't.
We can see nothing from here. You can see the hand, the Luke and the Han waiting for their deployment up here,
Yeah.
looking pretty suave. I'm going to nip back to this top down. We've got a unit of B1s here, a unit of B1s here.
Yeah.
This is Magna Guard. Sorry, this
That's
is
the
B1s.
that's the B2s.
B2s.
That's there's B2s top right. Magna Guard.
Magna Guard.
So-
I imagine Dooku's probably going to sit, well, probably behind the heavy cover,
I think his best place for Dooku might be just to the right of these B2s
just up here. Yep, blocks this line of sight wonderfully.
because you can't be seen, and that's good.
Yep, and then we've got the last unit of B2s going down here for Jervis. Going over to Owen's side of the
We've
field,
Oh, so that was
FD cannons.
that FD cannon's scary. That's got line of sight to 2 objectives. You're not getting past it to get to this bottom left
Yep.
objective.
Yep. And then you've got a unit of vets with an emplacement trooper, and a
Yeah.
unit of vets making real good work of that detachment rule to put
fling it forward.
that just there.
What's interesting with that actually is that emplacement trooper I think is almost in a better position than the FD cannon.
This one.
The bottom left. I'm pointing. Obviously, you can see me pointing. No one else can. They just hear me and assume I'm pointing.
So that's the fire arc of that cannon.
Yeah, that's incredible. I don't think.
This might actually need a pivot before the start of the game, to be honest with you.
No, that's okay for the most part. It's outranging the other one, and it stops stuff just running onto that objective in the open.
Yep. And then we've got another FD cannon looking somewhere roughly like that.
Pardon me.
And then this emplacement trooper is looking roughly like that.
Yeah, I think that emplacement trooper is there to stop anything running around rather than to protect.
Yeah. It's looking...
I think Owen's going to be reliant on his heroes to do a fair bit of legwork here. Oh, we can
Nice
see
elbow, Jervis.
a lovely Jarvis elbow.
I was just wondering if we could see any more. What I might go and do is I might go and tilt that camera slightly more around this way. There we go.
I thought he's got a sudden bright yellow tattoo. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I will leave
So,
you with a
yeah.
pen if you want to talk about
Oh,
that.
good.
But in terms of where does Luke and Chewie go from here, do you think?
Well, Chewbacca, I suspect Chewbacca you could put there, and he'll just nip out, grab it, come back round. So, in terms of hero placement, Owen's going to be a little bit more vulnerable to suppression, and Dooku as a counter threat. So Dooku has just gone down. Let me just put that there. Dooku's just gone down here, I believe, which is going to be huge for whether or not it stops Luke. Luke's likely to come. I could see a Luke going here, maybe. Just comes out because then to the objectives from here, one could jump and get that objective if no one claims it. It being objectives, it's extremely likely to boil down to 3-2. I can't imagine that either of them play. They're both good players. I can't imagine either of them is going to knock each other out without going down too easily. The only other interesting thing is I don't know where Han Solo goes.
Han Solo's already down.
Has Han Solo already? Oh, that's Han Solo. Oh, he's got recon intel, hasn't he? Oh, look at that. Yes.
Han Solo looking pretty nice and comfortable where he is there on that objective. I think this is actually quite an interesting play by Owen. Obviously, these have fire support,
Yeah.
which means he could gunslinger one of those, well, that one because it's in range, to be able to do some real damage to B2s that are coming round this corner.
Yeah.
If it was me, Han probably walks up to here, sits here, standbys and
Aim
just
stand by
waits.
every turn.
Yep, just waits. You've got Chewie going down just here, so he'll be able to be nice and secure, and Luke popping in well himself here, I think, or is that Chewie?
No, that's
No, that is
Luke
Luke.
in the middle.
Yep.
White helmeted Luke.
And if we go back, there you go.
There we go. We can actually see something. That's it's interesting. I'm not sure whether or not. I don't know who's going to go and claim that side objective for Owen now.
What, this one?
No, not that one. They're from the top-down view, the leftmost objective. This
One?
here. I
Left
imagine that you're going to have to get those rebel vets out and just hope that the B1s don't reach it.
Well, you don't go out, go round.
Oh, has he issued an order already?
This is turn 1 game. Well, yeah, we have seen. This is standing orders from Jervis, and I am Jedi there from Owen. So Jervis has got a standing orders. Owen has got Return of the Jedi, not I am Jedi. Wow, that was pretty quick. The players straight into it here.
They are both quite fast players in comparison to some of us.
So we've seen Luke issuing the orders to
Everyone.
himself, obviously, and then 2 units of his choice. It looks like we've got one on Chewbacca and the other one on the trooper unit down here, because they've then been able to bounce it to this.
No, you know what he's done? He's got his HQ uplinks, hasn't he, in his squads, and they will bounce.
Yeah.
So I think he's gone himself, Chewbacca and the dish, and the troopers have gone HQ uplink and pinged their mates.
Which is interesting, because the dishes also have HQ uplink.
I think he might be saving that for a turn. Because it means that they don't have to recover.
Yep, there is definitely that potential. And then Jervis just whacking one straight down on Dooku, because you don't want Dooku to go straight away. You know, you've got 5 core choices in the bag, and then 2 of those Magna Guards. And if the Magna Guard go up and sit here, you're not losing masses. But if Dooku's out here on his own, Han can potentially come around and do some damage.
It looks like he's done 1 dodge token on that Magna Guard unit. I can't
For
see on the
retinue.
other one.
The other one is hidden behind the trees, but maybe our trusty camera angle
Nope.
can't. Yeah, that's
We
a
can see it.
dodge.
That's a dodge. Oh, there we are.
They're both dodges, aren't they? Yes, one is under this
One
tree.
is under the tree, one's
there. Perfect. Wonderful fisheye that we've got going on here from the top down.
So, well, why are those B1s moving? What's Owen moved? Has he standby with something? Oh, I missed something? I can't see what Owen's done. Unless he's used the new pass mechanic, although I didn't think that was coming in till tomorrow.
Let me go and check. It might have been a standby on that FD cannon. We just can't quite see it from here. Let me just go and double check.
Yeah, absolutely. So B1's obviously advancing forward to try and claim the objective. That's interesting, if worrying. Now, it does look... I wonder if Owen has just activated his cannons to stand by and aim for both of them. That could be a very interesting play. There's definitely one unit that has just aimed and standby. We can see in the order token there.
The FD cannon was what went first. It recovered and then stood by.
Oh, they used their HQ uplink.
Yes. Because you might as well spend the order on troops, because they can... in this instance, issue an order here with Luke to then bounce it to this one. That's one order.
Absolutely.
Uplink here, issue an order to Chewie. Uplink here, issue here. So all you've got left is Han.
And you've got the troops there.
No,
as
because
well.
that would have been what's it called?
Oh no, they'll have
coordinated.
pushed out. Absolutely.
So all you've got left is Han. Han
and the other FD cannon.
Well, that popped its H2 uplink as well.
Oh, we just can't see it under turn 1.
It's here, yeah. I know that we've not got our conditions or deployments up. I am sorting that as we speak, chat. Just so you are aware. All of this is wonderful, good fun when you're trying to fix
on the fly.
Yeah.
Well, looks like Owen's getting ready to measure. Oh, he's measuring range.
Yep. Well, they are Sentinel, aren't they? Those.
Of course they are. Yeah,
FD
they stand by
cannons.
at range 3.
Yeah. And we're looking at potentially getting Luke in dirty, nice and quick, getting through those B1 units. You know, if you take out with Luke in turns 1 and 2, those B1 units, maybe 2 and 3, it means that this is guaranteed yours.
I think those B1s are ignoring it. I'm looking at it. I reckon Jarvis is going for the middle one, these 2, and then he's going to retreat into a castle around this forest.
Most probably. If Luke does end up being thrown here, I assume Luke's going to go through those throughout 2 turns. In fact, they're not even upgraded units.
No, their entire purpose is to grab an objective, run away with it.
And I actually think a really good use of Luke here is to just get rid of those, because that means this middle objective and this objective
are his.
Are basically his. He's going to have to send... Jervis is going to have to send his castle out of this corner, and it means that this is the one that they're fighting for at this point for the win.
Yeah.
Which is favoured to Owen because he's got that FD cannon right at the back. He's got Han.
All his firepower is guarding it.
Everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if this FD cannon does nothing but plink off a B1 or something in turn 2,
well, it's
leading good job.
It's actually what would be really interesting is if Owen is brave enough, he grabs that and runs backwards with Han. So Owen pulls it back and then tries to get it round here to where the rest of them are.
Very possibly.
Because Jarvis doesn't have anything as jumpy as a Jedi.
Yep. Well, I mean, he has an ex-Jedi, doesn't it? Wait.
He has Dooku, but Dooku doesn't have jump. He is bound to the ground a lot more than most other Force users or saber wielders.
Yeah, he is. Well, not with the new edition or the new rules that are coming.
No, that's true. That'll be interesting. I think he may have to go up in points, or everything else go down in points.
Very possibly, actually.
As it removes the best defensive strategy for him the game has.
Right. If I click that, does Battle Lines update? It does, and the
Yes.
condition that we've got is actually limited viz, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Let's make sure
It's not changed.
it hasn't changed. That's fine. Oh, I know why. It has changed. It's just in the mission bit.
Ah.
It's all right.
Oh yes, of course.
This is what you get for literally making a. There you go. Woo!
Oh.
For making an app.
Oh,
in the space of
Owen is
2 seconds.
getting ready to have he's realised he can force push around that impassable tower in the middle.
He has.
That's
But we've got to remember, limited viz is going to stop that FD cannon firing at range 3.
Only for turns. Only for turn 1. It's definitely in range this turn.
Yeah.
Sorry, not this turn. Next turn. This turn it's not in range at all. So Jarvis has to get the objectives, and he has to do it before Owen takes over everything.
Has he got the I mean, he's an activation down as well, isn't he? He's only 8 acts.
He's 8 to 9, and I think Owen is slightly better when it comes to playing under pressure. However, Owen is also much more prone to doubting himself.
Okay.
I think Owen's a better player than I am, but he has not mastered the raised eyebrow and saying, "Are you sure about that?" ignorance that I've got. I'm always sure. He less so.
I don't think you raise your eyebrow. I think you just go, "Don't do that."
Oh, I try to.
You try to.
It would be nice to be able to raise an eyebrow. But, no. The great thing here, of course, is they're both very good, and neither of them is going to talk themselves out of a win.
Yeah.
This will be an actual game rather than a free learning experience for any children.
We see the B2s there moving up.
Absolutely.
Double move straight into that position.
Best units claim objectives. He's gunning for them. It's going to be what he does to get a third objective.
He's got to, right?
Well, if he doesn't, they're both quite good at castling, but I think Owen is slightly better based off deployment to get 1 or 2 without any contest.
Yeah. I think
this central thing is going to be hard.
it is. Now, do you use Han to try and take out a B2, or do you just go up, claim this, right, and then in turn 2 you just run away?
Yeah, I mean Han has got relentless as well, steady as well. So he moves, he shoots. Is fire support limited by the unit that's fire supporting, or by the original attack originator? So if Han shoots and has fire support from this chappie over here, or this one here, if they can see them through that. Oh no, he's moved and claimed it. He's not shot.
Visual. Yeah, I think this is a really smart move. Limited viz is actually helping Owen here. It means that he's not going to take any pot shots from Magna Guard, potentially. He's not going to take any pot shots from B1s. And he can also play for some advantage and potentially play one of his 1-pips to then get Han out of dodge in turn 2.
He plays the 0-pip to counter Dooku's 1-pip.
I don't know if Dooku's going to... I don't know if he does. Does he?
Depends. So if the Magna Guard both pull forward to the top right corner just behind here, Dooku can then come stand in the open and have
protected assets.
Quite a lot. So it's 4. You're guardianing off 4 different hits.
Yeah, I mean that's the benefit of having 2 things, isn't it? Having 2 units of Magna Guard. Lock screen settings. Here we go.
There we go.
Settle this to never. Let's burn the retina.
Hang on. Lock screen.
Let's tell it to never. Yeah.
Second unit of second unit of B2s have run onto an objective just above the slave one, which is kind of what we'd expected to see.
Yeah, I think that turn off the screen. Yeah, there we go. Right, you can do what you want now.
Really?
Being able to... Oh, sorry, I just hit the dice tray camera by accident.
There we go.
We're not going to see that for another couple of turns.
So the Magna Guard, I think, if he runs them into a mad dash, so they move and then move again, that gets them there. They're in relatively good cover. They could take a couple of shots, but with the repair droids in all of the B2s, they can afford to tank a shot or two.
Do I go and inform the players that that's difficult terrain? That would.
They've got unhindered. So
Oh, they're unhindered, are
Magna
they?
Guard don't mind
Cool.
terrain.
Cool.
They are one of the units that's really good for rushing forward.
Sounds good. All of the table and scenery and terrain and all that stuff is brought to you by Sanctuary Gaming Centre. It looks pretty cool.
It's almost good enough to be a GT table.
It is. Well, say
Better than the one in London.
you say GT table. How about a Masters table? I'm running 2 Masters events this year.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
When are you running those? I need to get my diary at some stage then.
If you head on over to DiceandDucks.com, you'll be able to find out all the information about them. But there's going to be 2 500-point events and 2 800-point events. But the Summer Masters is on the 10th to 11th of June, and the Winter Masters is the 21st to the 22nd of October.
Oh,
And then you
I
got
can definitely do the summer and winter masters. I'm not sure about the skirmish events, but I'm
Bounty
definitely
Hunters,
them.
though. Bounty Hunters I'm really excited for. It's an event where you must bring a unit with the bounty keyword or the secret mission keyword.
Oh, so we're going to see lots of rebels.
Potentially.
Thousands of R2 bloody D2s.
Hey, you. There are trophies for every model that has one of those words, like best Cad Bane, best Boba Fett, best Mandalorian, best R2.
Most successful boss will be me, because no other bugger ever takes him. He's just not in the same league as
the
them.
trophies are available for everybody this time. It's definitely what we're working towards. But
good.
if you want more information, there are links in the description, DiceandDucks.com.
Oh, there's a suppression token on those Magna Guard. They've been shot.
Yep, we saw the standby from something go off.
Probably the FD.
I'm just going to double check because remember it is limited viz.
Yeah, I think it's this one here because that's the only one in range 2. So I'm of the impression that it was this that's shot. Could be wrong. I don't believe that that's in range. I think that's just short. It could also have been Han, although I believe Han picked something up. I've circled the 2 possible suspects. Which one is it?
If you had to put money on it, knowing that Han did these 2 actions because he moved and then claimed,
Oh, of course he did. Yes.
it was the support turret.
Yeah.
It did indeed have a
little standby.
a little standby token, which is great.
Well.
Both players also using the Dice and Ducks order tokens, blue and red, so we can see blue and.
Oh, why are the rebels moving? Why are those veterans moving? Owen maximising his cover and getting ready to prepare an evac path for Han.
Yes, I think you need a direct path as far as you can backwards from here. But this actually, a top-down perspective on a game is really interesting because for me, I would have gone, there's no way that's only range 2.
No.
But it is comfortably in range 2.
Yes.
Hello.
Was that you ringing?
Nope, that's the Magic draft that we've got going on here at Sanctuary. They are currently playing a draft, which is nice and fun, and I should have been playing it, but instead I am here with you guys. Woo!
Watching it all go, hopefully, to plan.
Yeah, so if you had to put money on somebody from this point onwards, turn 1, now seeing everything.
I'd still put my money on Owen, but only just. And it's not to take away from James, as he is a good player. As I said earlier, he knocked me out in the opening round.
Yep.
But I think Owen is slightly better under pressure. When there's no pressure, sorry. James is better under pressure, but he's not very good at giving out pressure.
He's not
as
salt and pepper.
Not as willing to lean on someone and be horrible in a desperate bid to win.
But you are.
Oh, I'd absolutely. I would insult mothers if I thought it would get me an edge.
Mothers.
I need any edge I can get.
Doesn't everybody insult your mother?
Not as much as I do.
Wow.
That's it looks like there's only 2 units left to go for.
Yep, it's been quite a pretty quick turn, hasn't it?
Luke is getting ready to go. Oh, he's throwing trees around.
I think the decision from Owen here is, do I burst of speed?
I think burst of speed this turn is a turn too early.
I think he's trying to get to that objective before
Well,
Jervis does. But I mean, I guess he would have to move up, claim it, and be stuck there, wouldn't he?
yeah, it's the ability to go, I'm not moving very fast. I think he claims it, tanks a turn, and then... Though he does have charge, so he could. I think he's possibly just out, because I don't know if Jervis is that daft. If that top centre B1 unit was slightly further forward, I think he'd be able to charge hilariously.
We do have some wounded Magna Guard here, actually.
They've lost a model and taken a wound.
Yes, they have.
Oh, they've taken 2 wounds. Why have they taken 2
That's
wounds?
2 separate units.
That's 2 units of Magna Guard next to each other.
Yes. So one unit has...
oh.
Oh, wait, no, it might have been a worker unit.
That could be the PK droid.
Maybe 3 wounds went through, and then the PK
has
healed one back
yeah.
with a wound. Yep, that would make complete sense. Quite early to have to use a PK in turn 1.
Yeah, that's incredible, especially given that they've only got range 2 shots. That's
Yeah.
Owen's clearly rolling some loaded dice.
Ooh, you've got to roll fast. You've got to roll good. But yeah, we see this melee of Magna Guard here
Yeah.
getting swamped up now.
If he doesn't go first with Han next, then one of the units of Magna Guard engages him and he loses the objective.
Yep.
And that's
I definitely think we're right in saying that he has to pull back.
that's whether he does it with his 0 pip. I mean, because the other option...
Would you waste fear, surprise, and intimidation at this point, though? I mean, Dooku's not gone yet. so I guess
Dooku
we'll
hasn't
get to
gone
see
yet.
Where he goes.
If Dooku comes round and comes down to hereabouts...
what, down to this bit?
Yeah, so first move gets him there, second move gets him round.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything on this side is gone. They've all already fired. It does mean he's outside of Guardian range, but unless you know that the 0 pip is coming, his 1 pip is almost certifiably going to get you out first, which gets you into them, does some nasty damage, and stops you being shot back, particularly if one of your targets is Han Solo, who then can't run away very easily because your Magna Guard comes stomping around and kick him in the face.
Yeah. Now, Owen is going to have one activate. He's going to be able to see where Dooku goes.
Yes.
Because Owen's got that unit of vets left and Luke.
I think that's why Luke has been held back and hasn't just splurged.
Luke might potentially make a move to here and then jump over and land here, or land on top or something. Potentially going next turn to go straight into some Magnas or something. Although, I don't know. I hate Magna Guards. I hate Magna Guards so much.
I quite like Magna Guard. I don't know what the problem is with them.
As a newly transformed droid player, I wish the commandos were better. Or 2 wounds. If the commandos were just 2 wounds.
2 wound commandos with their current saves gives them a roll. As it is, you get less for your points, and they're cool, they're just not as good.
If they have 2 wounds, it becomes a choice between Magnas and commandos, I think.
It's not just take the Magna Guard. Although the Magna Guard RPS, even having gone up in points, it's still such a good weapon.
What is it? A red 2 black? Or red, black, white? Is it rainbow?
Red 2 black. Or
Impact 2.
Be a red black eyes. I can't remember it. It's one of the only objectives, one of the only upgrades I don't think I.
What do you keep pressing?
This.
What
That doesn't. I'm
one click, one finger, one click.
one finger, right? Okay.
It's a rainbow.
Oh, it is. It's a rainbow critical 1 and impact 2.
Yeah, crit 1's real nice.
But it's one of, if not the only missile launcher in the game that doesn't have a cycle, recover,
Or cumbersome.
which means it moves, shoots. It's one of the only ones I can think. In fact, I think it might be the only one.
Part of me thinks when they made the models, did they forget to add the little symbol on in the corner? Like, did they forget to cycle it?
I'm not sure, because
It's not exactly belt fed, is it?
it's not, but then they are meant to be like the elite of the elites, particularly if they've got those cloaks on, because they're Grievous's personal Magna Guard as opposed to general Magna Guard, who are allowed to keep battle damage and things. There's no bias here in favour of the almighty General Grievous, 4-armed god that he is.
4-armed god that he is. I still chose Dooku over him for my army on Sunday.
I don't understand why.
Because
you could take Dooku, or you could take Grievous and more B1s.
I can't take any more B1s.
I did.
You can only have 4 units in skirmish.
I did debate doing an invasion force, but then I thought I don't know that I can like invasion force.
I don't want to take the AAT. I just don't want to take. You know.
It's Owen's also ignoring it. That's interesting.
Ignoring what? Sorry.
The objective down
the
here.
objective on the
Oh,
left.
They're moving forwards.
Yeah, because it's a 6-turn game. All Owen needs to do on turn 4 is
have them there.
a double move gets them to about here, turn 4. Turn 5 gets them on it, turn 6 they claim
You
it.
think that's a double move? I reckon they can get there in.
I reckon a double move's about there. Oh, actually, mate.
No, I think that's...
one move to there. Yeah, no, I reckon that's probably double.
I think they're slightly further than that, but that's, again, it's top down. It's very odd.
Either way, I think making sure they're here and being able to potentially put some pressure this way and this way for a couple of turns is super key. You know, having those models in position to be able to just go, right, now I'm going to be able to just pick a couple of wins off.
Dooku's coming forward, it looks like. And he's going forward. Jarvis playing the slow, steady game.
Moving into the centre of the castle, not being
bold. I don't think he's left himself enough room. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. That could be a mistake. That's interesting. He doesn't normally make mistakes.
You wanted Dooku sat right in this little pocket.
I don't think there's enough space there. Obviously, we could, as we said a couple of times, top down is very tricky to tell.
Oh. Yay!
Yes, just. Oh, he's done it with some very careful nudging of the models. No, that's not fair. That is a castle that you do not want to be inside.
That is wonderful.
Or inside you.
Wow. Well, I don't think anybody wants a castle inside them, Doig.
You sure? You know.
Well, I don't know.
I've heard wonderful things about your buttresses.
You leave them out of this. So those B1s do have standby tokens by the looks of it on them. Are they standbys? Can we see from the close-up? We can't see
from that one. Can we see from the other one? No, we can't see them at all.
That's the dice tray.
That was clearly the Magnagard save.
Actually, let's just... I'm going to nudge that dice tray down slightly.
Just fraction so we can see. So that's if they failed 3 of 5.
Where's Luke going then?
Luke has gone. He's up by the rebels in the central point. If we can see the gun turret. There we go. That's Luke. Stood there, hiding. I'm not sure why Luke's hiding. I think Luke's good enough that he probably doesn't need to. Obviously, I'm biased. But at the moment, it's very hard to call a winner.
The B1s, they're activating their standby because they can just see Luke over the way this bit of terrain is.
Yes.
Can we see from the left?
We can see that it's sloped.
Yeah, so that slope there is just enough for the B2s to be able to see the silhouette over the edge of it. So they're going to potentially make a move.
Oh, that's an interesting choice. I don't know that I'd move them because if that's also got a standby. Yes.
You do move them here. You move them onto the objective to be able to then claim it next turn.
I think I'd be gambling on killing Luke, but obviously, you know, I live to claim lightsabers. That's the only tactical nous I've got.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's done him. Oh, no. Interestingly, did you realise you're only meant to have one measurement tool at a time down on the table? So the movement measuring and the range measuring, in theory, is illegal.
No, you're only allowed
one of each.
Yeah, one of each.
Sorry, not one of it.
One of each.
Yeah.
But because the standby interrupts the action of Luke, Luke does his move.
Yeah.
Then the standby comes out. They've moved. He's then force pushed them because the free action still triggers on Luke.
Yes.
So he's force pushed them into standby range of that FD cannon. Let's go to this dice tray.
That's an unusual. I think James has made a mistake, and that's very unusual.
Yeah. I think it was a cheeky play, but then remembering some standbys. Are we doing some rolling?
I'm not sure. At the moment, I think Owen's busy rubbing his hands with glee.
I don't think it's quite that.
I'd be gleeful if I could kill some innocent B1s.
Yeah, here we go. We are rolling some dice here from Owen. These are FD cannon shots.
I wonder if it's using its impact upgrade. Oh, that's not good.
No,
that's not terrible. That's 50%. That's better than I thought it was.
And there's 3 dead B1s.
You don't expect B1s aren't there to save. They're there to. What's really interesting now is if they take another shot, then they could panic because they may be outside of Dooku's safety range.
Well,
and from where they are, their panic sends them towards the rebel lines.
It does, but all the standbys are done. There was only one standby triggered by that push, but still it's
collected
a turn
everything
one
back
shot.
in.
Owen looking pretty good coming out of the first gate, but you've got to bear in mind there is, what is it, 20 B2s or 15 B2s?
There's 3 units of 5. Well, 3 units of 4 and their PK worker
workers.
chums.
Yep.
Although PK workers don't attack, which is
Non-combatants.
yeah, they're gonna.
But if they're bringing back, I mean, they've
Well,
already brought back one Magna Guard.
They'll keep the Magna Guard going longer than Owen would like them to live.
Yeah.
So
And we see some cards going down. We've got
Owen's put one down.
1 second.
Oh. Owen has decided to make an objective. Make a card play. Looks like Owen hasn't picked any of his order tokens up yet. However, that is interesting.
We have the command cards going in the dice tray.
Ah, so we can actually see them. That's good. I
we
like
get
that.
to see them. Shout out for short stacks. No.
Shut up for who?
Short stacks. It's those guys that come and play Legion with us.
Ah, which one's short stack?
Oh,
That's the children's group.
Yeah. The vertically challenged people.
Isn't James Prosser one of them? I'm fairly certain he's bigger than me.
I missed it. They did it that quick. I missed it.
Oh no!
I'll go and find out where they are.
Did they? Have they done it? Because Jarvis hasn't put any order tokens out.
Oh, wait.
Owen's just not picked any up
Maybe
yet.
Owen's...
There we
Here
go.
There's Jervis has gone down.
Ever the showman, putting it down where we can see it properly.
What a man, what a man. What a mighty good man. And there we go,
There's
the BB-8.
Owen's got hold at any cost.
Versus double the fall.
Oh, now that is interesting. I don't know that I'd want... I think he went with double the fall, expecting Han to go, I'm going for my Naught Pip.
Yeah, wow, okay, so it's 3 core units, and each friendly core unit gains an aim token. Not with an order, each friendly unit.
Yeah.
And then each friendly emplacement trooper gains a standby.
What's horrifying with that is that's... If you look at his trooper units, he's got the 2 units of veterans, and they'll ping it out, so...
So what we've got going on here is issue to here, issue to here, bounce to here, bounce to here.
Other way around. On the central pot thing.
What?
There. So he's going to issue... Is he issuing one? Or will issue 1 to Luke, possibly?
Hang
So he issues 1 to Luke.
What is it? It's 3 units, 3 troop
Oh,
units.
no,
It's 3 troops.
3 core, so it can't be
So
Luke.
it's got to be those, it's got to be those, and
And
then
then
it's going to be one of the emplacements.
Yeah.
The other one's going to get bounced. These have both recovered, so they've HQ uplink. They've also, all 4 of these have a standby this turn. So if you're coming in for Han, you're going to be in trouble. I don't put Luke in the pool here. Well, you don't, because you can't. But, wow, that is a sneaky turn 2 play.
It's interesting because I would have thought I thought Owen was going to play that next turn, but obviously this turn it gives him a huge advantage. I could see the Magna Guard firing first because I think that's what you have to do with them at this stage.
Yeah, we can see them being measured in and going in now. Remember, if you shoot, you do take off a standby.
Yeah.
But I mean, Owen's pool currently consists of Luke, 2 commander
two
and
commanders
Chewie.
and a hero. But with the aiming and shooting, so the Magna Guard need to shoot their rocket launcher at the FD cannon before they move, because if they move, they'll get shot by both things. He needs to shoot and just get a hit. Doesn't need to do any real damage. Just needs to suppress that standby off of them.
Although it looks like we are moving in here.
No, that's ballsy. I like it. I'm heavily biased. So, obviously, it being the start of the second turn.
Dave's a pain us. I know he can hear me because we're on the TV.
He
next
can
door.
hear us.
Yeah,
Oh God!
yeah. Dave's an absolute poop.
I'll stop talking. I'll stop putting bad words on his name while he can hear me.
So we've got.
Oh, that's clever. I think he's standby with 1 and fire supported.
Which makes complete sense because then that's 9 dice coming into this little tray just here. At some point.
If they're rolling dice, it's also possible that they've, just had a gentleman's agreement to not roll dice where we can see them.
Nope, they are definitely doing it. So that is 9 dice going in from here.
So, well, it being the rebels, it's
Crit 2.
Oh,
Oh!
that's not nice.
And they've got aims as well.
They have got aims, but so firstly, because you don't convert the crits till afterwards,
Nope.
so he's going to re-roll. What? What's he done? Oh, he's picked up those ones and is then going to roll the rest where we can see them.
Oh, he's just doing the saves. Oh, because no, that one doesn't have an aim. The emplacement trooper didn't.
No.
The support unit did. Oh no!
That's 5 wounds. Oh my goodness.
Do they not surge defend?
No. What's a surge to defend?
Is that a dead unit of Magnus?
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, because he's brought one back.
On 1 wound?
Yeah.
They got 3 wounds each?
2 wounds each, but there are 4 models there.
Mm-hmm.
So there were 2 full health ones.
5, 6.
Yeah, and Owen did 5 wounds.
Oh, was it
'cause
only 5?
He saved one and dodged one.
Okay, cool. I thought there were 2 surges.
No, there was a surge, there was a save, and there was a dodge that was spent as well. That is, I do not envy. No, what's happening here? Don't
They were
wipe out
just
the poor
seeing
innocent.
If that other model
They're
going
to run headlong into Han. Yes.
Well, that one.
That's still enough. It stops him running away with the objective.
So withdraw.
That's both actions. It's not safe. Actually, that's possibly a good move. It forces Chewbacca to run in to save his mate.
Although, I'm just going to borrow this real quick.
Yeah.
I value his 3 white dice in combat.
Well, I far be it for me to say anything bad about white dice.
Oh, I think I've just missed those saves.
Nope.
There is a single wound. I actually think that's pretty good for Han. I don't think you have to go with Han anymore.
That's 3 dice. Well, it's
you have to go with
it's
Han.
2 black and a red. I don't think necessarily Han goes next. I think Han is probably okay. Potentially, you want to dodge and stand by with Chewbacca.
Or the FD cannon standbys again.
Yeah,
Because
that's true. That would be a great shout for it.
if anything, it could aim standby.
I think, well, so Chewbacca dodging and standbying, you have the wonderful little thing that someone runs around the corner. You've given the dodge to Han anyway, and then you run in to intercept them.
Before they can do anything. Sorry, I just really quickly wanted to check. No.
What are you looking
where
for?
Is the Echo base one? Oh, wait, hang on.
You've just got to flick it over.
I've just got to make sure that we're in a battle force. Oh, God
Yeah.
damn it. Each for
Each friend.
so it's aim tokens on all the troops. I don't think Owen's put them down.
No.
So I'm just going to go and...
Are we going to?
Yes, because they did say if they forget any rules,
Yeah,
come and
absolutely.
let us know. So we'll be right back.
I wonder whether he's put them on their cards, but this will be interesting to see. So, looking what will be really interesting is Owen clearly playing defensively to favour that one. I'm not sure that middle token is going to be safe for anyone. Oh, there we go. They've just been reminded about their aims. So aim tokens a go-go. That's a bit late for that poor cannon that's shot already without its aim token, but we know that that's done its job anyway. You've wiped out almost an entire unit in one shot. Luck being on the side of the rebels today. Bit of a shame. I personally want a separatist. Well, no, I don't want a separatist victory. I normally want a separatist victory. Today, signing me up for the rebellion. I can get behind the rebellion if it means that James doesn't win.
I look like I've just been dragged through a hedge. Oh, just reminded about the aims there. Owen went, wait, what?
That's good. You can definitely see the.
I don't think that's going to massively change anything.
Potentially though, it did. Because that could have been a dead activation if he'd re-rolled any of his misses.
He couldn't have re-rolled that at all because it was a fire supporting unit. You can't use the aims from the fire supporting unit.
Oh no, it's clones that
Clones
share
can,
tokens,
yeah.
but they're not everyone.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Oh God.
I'm loving that Facebook picture.
I am not.
You
look good.
I don't look good. I look like the sort of person who's about to complain they're taking my guns away. It's awful. Yeah. I look like I should be here shouting America.
America.
It's awful.
Anyway.
But well, yeah. So
that's quite a.
I think Owen has used the FD cannon.
Yep.
I think he's aim standby.
He's aim standby.
Absolutely.
He has, without a doubt. I mean, we were saying there isn't very many good firing lines.
Well,
this is a perfect firing line.
I think this is a perfect firing line, but I think James has made a mistake going down the middle. I would have definitely come around this side. Obviously, I'm far more aggressive a player than either Owen or James. And it's probably why I don't win as much. I tend to win magnificently or lose horrifically.
Yep.
But I think I would have come around the outside with Dooku.
Come around the right-hand side of Slave
because
1. Go this way.
Yeah, because with Dooku there and playing the 1 pip, you could, as long as you've got that 1 dodge or that 1 bit of survivability, take out a few things.
Do you want to use a 1 pip, your 1 pip cunning now though, knowing that Owen might not use that 0 pip?
Would I use it turn 2 if I thought it would get me into
combat?
combat?
You would.
Absolutely.
There's no world where you don't.
I unfortunately suffer with the old aggression here. Oh, there's a complaint about based. What's based? I think it might mean biased. Ah.
Biased. Sorry, thanks, Dave.
Yeah. I don't know who's complaining about bias, but I'm absolutely, yes, definitely. I want Owen to win. It hurts me that I don't want a Separatist to win, but...
Well, he's not got Grievous, has he? So.
He hasn't. He's chickened out. He's playing Separatists on easy mode. He doesn't deserve the win.
Without a doubt, mate. Without a doubt. I reckon Dave's only wanted this on in the cafe.
Are they measuring the height of that? Why are they measuring the height of Slave 1? Is there someone with jump?
Well, I don't know.
No?
There isn't at all. The only thing with jump is Luke.
Yeah, so why is
Scale?
the scale won't work? If you remember, it's impassable Slave 1.
Yep. Oh, they're just checking for line of sight to stuff.
Oh. Oh, he's trying to work out if he can get them over.
He's got to watch out for that standby, that FD cannon, though.
Do you think he's forgotten it? Or do you think he's sending forward the B2s? That looks like a B2 unit to me.
If I'm Jervis at this point, I am stringing those out as far as I can behind visible point.
Did
PK worker into...
Did James remember his retinue this turn? Because I don't see dodge tokens by the Magna Guard, although they did have one. And I don't see one by the others. Do we have a different view on this unit? Because that would save us. I don't see any. I don't see anything. So
right, I'll go and ask.
We'd best check that one. No. We can't unfairly favour one player over the other. Even if I want Owen to win, I can't let people forget their rules. What am I, Tansy? So we have Ben has just run off to double check they've remembered the rules. I hope they have. They normally remember them. Just like all good things, it'll be all right on the night. So we have some rebel vets getting ready to take a pop. No, we don't. It's a real disadvantage seeing it top down that I don't know what they're doing exactly. But that's no different to normal games. I don't know what any of us are doing. Now we have got some interesting. The top 2 right objectives are definitely going to be held by the droids. I can't see James losing either of them, not unless he makes a real mistake, and he's not that level of player. Whereas
Owen just saying he hates the fact that we've made that cannon turret in the middle impassable because it means Luke can't jump over it. Luke can't jump over it anyway. It's more than height 1.
Yeah, so he wouldn't be able to normally. What's he complaining about?
I don't know. But that PK worker brought back another droid. So there's 2 wounds now in that bottom unit on those Magnas.
Did it bring back one? Or did it heal one?
No, it brought back one.
It brought back one?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you heal one? Because it magnifies your dice pool. That doesn't make...
He's also got the rocket launcher back.
Yes, that would be why you'd do it.
Although I don't think they're going to be there this turn. The PK worker is only 1 wound as well.
Oh.
It has actually got a thing.
Well, it does now. It may not on the card, because I've got
No,
one
it
that
does on the
doesn't
card.
have. Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh. That's interesting. That makes
those guys are only 1 wound. Non-combatants.
Yeah, slightly less.
You want a drink?
Oh. Sorry, I'm just having the hand signals for tea flung up at me. Clearly.
That wasn't tea. That was a middle finger, Doig.
That was two middle fingers forming a
I suppose that
T.
does make a tea, doesn't it?
I'll take a tea made of middle fingers. That sounds disgusting, but
Oh, do you know? Rich tea fingers, though.
I like rich tea fingers.
Yeah, so do I. They're pretty good, aren't they? Anyway, back to this game.
They've moved in. That looks like... Is that a couple of rebels that have been shot? Owen is removing rebels, so yes, the
B2s.
B2s have moved, fired at them. quite surprised they've done so little, given they've got Blast.
Well, I mean, let's look at... That was the dice
Oh
ball.
no, I wonder if they're just outside range 2, so the
Only the-
B2s have gone... "Ugh."
Only the heavy weapon gets to shoot. But still, it looks
That's
like they've
not
taken
bad.
3 out.
Squad of 6? No, squad of
Yeah,
5.
6.
Oh, it was 6.
Yeah.
So they've got their special weapon, their commander, and one other dude.
Yeah. The Comtech.
Yes, of
Oh,
course.
1 second, sorry.
We have a summoning in of Ben. This is going to be interesting. I wonder if disagreement. I'm prettier than you. No, you're prettier than me. Other such descriptors of each other. It looks like they're trying to work out over heavy and light cover. So I think that's heavy. However, I am not the person who is making that call. So I wonder if they're removing one just to make sure. Well, you've got one in the open, one behind light, and one behind heavy. Now looking at those 3, that's where the hands are. So looking at those 3, I think that's light cover. However, I'm sure Owen is gunning for heavy and James is gunning for none because the majority of the unit are nowhere. That's now definitely heavy because the majority of the unit are in heavy cover. Taking the 1 spread. There's only a few wounds. Hashtag based Doige. Oh, good lord. So, we've got a few
Just
other...
having a conversation about... Just having a conversation about cover.
Was it
there.
working out heavy cover and light cover there?
Yes.
That's
What do you think?
So-
Because they asked me.
That's now heavy. I
Yep.
think before, where he had one behind the light and had this chap in the middle gone, I would have called it as light. Because you have one in the open, one in heavy, one in light.
Do you know what I called it as? Light.
Yeah.
For the exact same reason. However, the rules, technically, they would get no cover.
That's
They would have no cover.
horrifying because
Because the rules state
It's
that
got
you
the
have to have the
majority.
majority behind a type of cover,
Yeah.
not any type of cover.
So
Oh.
I imagine that Jarvis was probably arguing for it to be light and Owen for it to be heavy. I can't imagine either of them was going to go, oh, have it empty.
Neither of them argued. They asked the question.
No, what, before having the discussion?
Correct.
I didn't see any handbags flying, so...
No. They're absolutely... Both of these guys are pros. It looks like we have pulled out of the bag, though.
Has he got...
potentially.
He's not got Luke, has he? That would be an interesting one.
Well, he's got Han or Luke.
So it's Luke this early is... I think Luke this early is a mistake. Unless he's going for the Rebels. Because that looks like, to me like he's measuring for burst of speed and jump.
Yeah.
I don't know why he wouldn't use burst of speed and jump at the same time.
Can't jump over that bit of impassable.
Yes, but he could still jump speed 3? Or...
He might be going on a shorter tool to get a tighter turn.
Yeah.
Because even though his speed is 3, maybe a speed 1 would be better here, you know? And then a 3. Because the 1 would put him here, and then the 3 would take him up to here.
But he's got to go round still. Oh, unless he's measuring for the unit themselves. Because that looked like the unit leader, not Luke.
Oh.
But
Thank this is in a set position, this middle one.
This is Commander Luke, so there's no disengage, so there's not the easy option of just jumping into combat and then buggering off again.
No. And he's only got 6 black dice, so he might not even kill the unit.
He doesn't need to kill them, he just needs to keep them busy.
Yep. And in actual fact, he's going with that unit that was suppressed. We roll any suppression off?
They do.
They do.
Of course they do.
Do you know what I'm going to do?
What would you expect?
I am going to, because we're not using the top left corner of the map,
Yep.
I'm going to just put the dice tray in the top left corner of the map. Permanently. How about them apples?
Yeah, that works.
Top down. Please excuse me while I edit on the fly. Crop. Crop.
Oh.
Yeah. Get cropped. And then we shrink it down. And we're not using this top corner of the
No,
map.
we're not using that at all. That works.
So we might as well put the dice tray up there. What do we say to that, chat? And I can turn it off or on at will as well.
Oh, I can't imagine we're going to need it turned off with the...
With the way the game is. But
Yeah.
we can this is so much better!
That's handy. We can actually see what's going on.
Yeah.
With no objective play. Owen firing with his aim token. Oh, they've got critical 2, those units, haven't they?
Yes.
Oh no, the special weapon may have died so that he could keep his...
No, it didn't. The special weapon
The special
stayed alive.
weapon stayed alive. Cool.
Oh!
So that's 3 hits, 2 crits. What's he shooting at? It's got to be the B2s.
Yes.
So, unless they've got impact,
Which they don't.
then it's, yeah, because they'll have light from the angle of the leader.
Yeah.
And armor 1.
So 2 cancelled hits, looking at some saves here. Takes another wound.
Better than his rolls so far on the red dice.
I forgot there were red dice on those defense dice for
No.
B2s.
B-
Wait, no, they're white.
B2s?
Yeah, B2s are white dice. So it was Magna Guards behind.
Ah.
Yep.
Owen clearly prioritising his
Interesting.
targets.
I mean, they've got 2 suppression now. There's might only be 1 action for them if they don't roll anything off.
No, they're droids, they don't get suppressed.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
That they won't
Brain.
lose actions.
Brain.
Also, interestingly, means that good job that Owen hasn't taken the you serve your master well card. You can't suppress droids, so you can't use it on them.
I think not taking that is quite a good play here from Owen, because even if you went into like the Shadow Collective and stuff,
Against the Shadow Collective, it could be hilarious because you could get that unit of pikes to decide that they don't like the Maul's bottom that much after all.
yes, but if you've got Han and Luke, you're taking Son of Skywalker and you're taking the 0 pit.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Like, come on.
It's a nice card. It's not that nice.
Yeah. I mean, it can help you out because it can move your guys as well, so there is some like fluidity there with it. You've got the swivel into you helping you or helping them.
Yeah, but the comparison to Son of Skywalker is just not there at all, is
No,
it?
it's completely different. It is completely different.
Right.
Did you get your cup of tea?
Oh, you did. It's just
Oh, it
here.
snuck around the corner, did it, whilst I was gone?
Yes.
All right, so we can see... Oh, you're right.
Which one's me? That
You're
one's
the
me.
left one.
Right, I'm just gonna
Yep.
turn that.
You're turning yourself down. Oh, yeah, you're good. Yeah, yep. I can do my job, and I can actually talk now for a little bit. So we can see the RPS coming in and shooting those rebels, and that's 2 more dead rebels in that unit. That is the heavy weapon gone, but they've activated this turn. They've done their job. It does look like Owen's going to be losing an activation to this turn. I guess we'll see if Chewie, when he comes into it, can do the damage. He's got the space to be able to move in range 2. Now that PK worker brought back that RPS, so he's got the movement to be able to get into that combat. He can go straight in, roll 4 red dice, and those red dice are nasty, terrifying, because they are also lethal 1. If Han gets to go first, however, you could see an aim. It depends if he wants to try and get Han out of there, so Chewie gets an aim, or if we're just... Well, I don't know what we're going to see here. I reckon Jervis is probably going to try and mop up this activation. I think if Owen can do the same and mop up the other activation in return, we could see some kind of spicy stuff going on here. But the PK worker bringing another 1 back on 1 wound. Oy vey. Well, that's only 2 of them, right, that are going to get to do that this turn. I don't think the other one's going to be in range massively. Chewie could still technically take them out. They are red defense dice, which is kind of painful. Oh, it's going to suck. If Owen goes to the pool and pulls a commander, it's going to suck massively if that is the case. But, you know, 3 wounds now back in that Magna Guard unit because of that bleeding PK worker droid.
Well, that's a lot of healing, though, isn't it?
Yep, and we see the commander is pulled from the thing, and Luke from the pit, and Luke is going in and can charge.
Now that is interesting. Oh,
Oh.
why is Luke not going in?
Because the movement tool was overlapping that little bit of.
Has he been
impassable.
reminded that it's impassable?
Yeah.
Well, can you not jump over height 1 impassable terrain if you've got jump 1?
Can't do anything with it.
Oh, it's eternal height.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a little bit naughty, isn't it? Who would do such a thing now?
I think they're just checking to see if Luke can.
I think Luke's got that with a twist. But that is a very, very close. Oh, Owen. I think that's
yeah,
there.
that's got to be in. That's got to be in, surely.
It could, from top down, it could be just out, but
No,
no,
that's-
that notched the model. It's
That's
in.
clearly in. Can we see from? Or can we see from
From
this
the other one? No, we've.
No,
Right,
they're in a
do you-
blind spot.
Do you know what we could do?
Oh.
Is pick up that hill because no one is going to use it. Like,
Just
genuinely,
just
no one
move
is
the hill.
using it. Move the hill and we can see what's gone on. Oh, Luke's with 3 hits.
That's all he needs. He just wants to stay alive here, right? He's gone into the leader. Or is James... Yeah, James chose not to...
No, James has to.
Oh, yeah, you have
Pull
to.
in.
Yeah.
I assume James is just waiting to see casualties before he does it.
Yeah. Well, it's better than moving in like 6 models, isn't it?
Yeah. I can't imagine that James was going, oh, I'll leave my leader out suspiciously.
What we've got to remember as well, there isn't actually a force push here on Owen's side because Luke isn't Master of the Force as a commander.
Is he not?
No. He's got 2 force options and
Oh.
1 gear. No Master of the Force. Has charge but not disengage.
So...
He's still got burst of speed.
And he's got the prepared
Maybe Luke just burst of speed back over to that objective on the left.
Potentially. That's not an entirely bad shot, because the other option here, it looks... Is James trying to get Dooku round that corner?
Oh, sorry.
Or
No.
is that the other unit of Magna Guard?
That's the other unit of Magna's coming down.
So they're going to move, and then they're going to move into Han.
I don't think they're in range to get into Han.
Oh no, he's resurrected too many. He's got in his own way.
I don't think they're going to get round. I think they're just going to be sitting ducks.
That objective token's there, which is so that's again, that's interesting. They might be trying to pop off Chewie.
9 wounds. If you do 4 to him, he gets charged. That's a really
yeah.
bad idea.
I wouldn't shoot Chewie at this point because there's a unit of rebel veterans there that you could crit out with any luck.
I mean, that Rebel Vet's only got 1 in it, so you just throw the RPS into there and everything else into the emplacement? Or into Chewie, maybe.
Well, there's Roscar, but clearly throwing fighting words.
Ross is only throwing shade because he's behind a screen.
Oh, no,
No, he throws shade anyway.
I'm reading it. That's what you come to expect when an amateur tries to become a commentator. Well, I'd take criticism from someone who can type in English. That's terrible. Come on, do better.
And we see the dice put. Wow, that is
Whoa.
3 crits, 2 hits going into Chewbacca.
That can't be into Chewbacca, right?
They're just
discussing whether or not
cover.
he's in cover. I think he's actually touching that.
Yeah, I think he should be.
He's also a Wookiee. He has scale, so unhindered comes with that. There's no reason for him to not be.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. In this, because of that, I'd actually like to pull Han out the pit now and aim with Han, dodge with Han. Hear me out. Because then Chewie gets an aim because of
And a
teamwork.
dodge.
And a dodge. The dodge is irrelevant. Maybe Han standbys, right?
I think aim standby with Han.
Then what you do with Chewie is you aim. If you lose 4 wounds here, you aim and then charge because you're enraged.
Yeah.
So you've got 2 aims with lethal 1 on 4 red dice into that 3 wound unit. You're taking one of those models off minimum because of Pierce 1.
No. Magna Guard are immune melee pierce.
Oh, of course they are.
So with 4 dice, I don't think you need the second aim.
Yeah, you probably don't.
But Chewbacca dodge. Oh no, hang on. Did he shoot the rebels? Looking at it.
No, that rebel unit's already.
No, there was 3. There's only 1.
They went while you went to the total.
They died. What got them?
They got by the other unit of B2s that came around the corner, healed that guy, and then shot into that unit of rebels.
Yeah. So
Okay.
now, because Owen's other choice here is to deliberately let Han die. If Han dies before Chewbacca goes,
They couldn't. Does Chewbacca surge defend? I don't think he does he?
I believe he does. I
Does
think
he?
he's one of the only white dice ones that does naturally. No, he surges to crit.
Oh,
not
that's
to defend.
perfect. That's exactly 4 wounds.
That's. Oh no.
He's now enraged. His
Yeah,
courage blank.
which also means that suppression token goes. So he gets the suppression that's immediately removed. Because your courage is blank, so you don't get suppressed.
You don't get suppressed, but you still take the tokens.
No.
Do you not take the tokens at all?
Because you can't get the bonus to cover for being suppressed when you're courage blank.
Interesting. Wait, you can't?
I'm
Oh, wow, okay.
Because you don't get. I'm sure you don't get
No,
suppression.
do you not still take the suppression? You just can't be. You can't be suppressed.
That's what I'm about to look up. I could be misremembering it.
Either way,
it has been known to happen.
We pulled a Chewie.
Yeah, we've pulled a Chewbacca. That's
I'm just gonna go and ask.
and see if they remember. Trust them more than me. Their memory might work. So now, what's interesting there is it looks like it has in fact been picked up. I'm almost certain it was Owen that told me. But I trust his rules maybe more than mine. Jamie, right? You don't take the tokens at all. Yeah, I thought not. I thought it's because they shed them, because that's how it works with Bosk. So Jamie has confirmed you don't take them at all.
Yeah, you do indeed not take them. And we've just seen an aim and a charge coming in there from Chewie. The aim spent into 3 hits.
That's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
I mean, with James's average roll on the Magna Guard, they're dead now.
One of them is. One of them is.
Oh, boo.
And now it's up to Han's white dice to finish them off.
You laugh, but this is the point where the 2 crack Magna Guard gets taken out by
Han.
Han bloody solo.
He's already got an aim. He might as well aim again and smack, right, once Dooku's gone. I think you leave Han till last now, right?
Do you aim again? I'm not sure I'd risk the aim again.
I suppose if you want to slap and get out of dodge.
Well, you get to see what...
Of course you aim again.
Why?
You see what Dooku does, right?
Yeah.
And then you 0 pip next turn and get out of dodge.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the only card faster.
Right? But that's why you aim again, because you have to get 3 hits.
You need 3 hits for it to work, and you need James to fail those
Yeah,
saves.
yeah.
Now, what we could see here, interestingly, is he going to try and get his Dooku round? Dooku's got no chance.
There's no way, James.
So he's going to move once, move twice, and pull him out.
Will he be in range 1 to do that?
He will be after his second move, and you pull either Han or
Chewie.
I think Han is a good shout here, because you could force him to then try and fight.
Han's not got not activated yet, and I think that's probably more than a speed 1 going on there.
I see it's speed 1 could just about touch space.
It's a really awkward angle for us to see, because this won't. Wait, hang on. This won't actually tell us.
Pulling Han works if he then gets locked in. If he doesn't get locked in, then pulling Chewbacca out so Han's stuffed. So.
And they're just measuring to get. Oh, I see what's happening. He's force pushing Han.
So that he can get shot by something else.
But Jervis does know that Han hasn't activated yet, right? Oh, it's Chewie.
No, he's trying to get rid of Chewbacca in this one action.
Smart.
Which is...
Well, is there a potential that you go with Han and you dodge and then hit him?
I think he's left Dooku far too in the open.
He has got a unit of Magna Guard.
He's got
2 units.
He's got 2 units of Magna Guard, but you want to do that because then they can't roll they don't surge defend. He doesn't surge defend with no dodge token. Oh no, I'm wounding your Magna Guard. Especially with the unit's only got 2 wounds. Are you going to want a Guardian with those 2 fellas?
I think you can. For me, you want to keep the tokens on the emplacement troopers.
Yes.
Because they've got standbys.
Yeah.
For me, I would be...
Oh, dice being rolled.
I would be dodging with Han, so Chewie gets a dodge.
Oh, that's... someone... Is that Owen's? Yep, that's a dead squad.
The emplacement cannon just...
Was that the emplacement cannon?
That was the FD cannon.
Oh dear.
Just destroying that unit of B2.
So Owen now has a 2-act advantage.
He does, for now. There is only one vet over There is only one vet over here.
Yeah, but...
So we'll see what happens.
The downfall of every soldier is ignoring that one man.
Yeah. That was the activation. That wasn't a standby either.
Yeah.
So. Interesting. Well,
I wonder if Luke Skywalker is planning to recover first next turn. Depends what those B1s do. They're going to have to attack this turn. In fact,
AI attack.
That's exactly what you do. You recover and then dodge, and then you've just got that, or you recover the dodge. You don't want to kill them, because killing them, unless Dooku gives them an order, they have to hit him, which keeps him safe for another turn.
So you recover dodge, right?
You recover
and
dodge.
Then turn 3, you
attack.
Push.
Or
No,
push.
I don't think you attack. I think you push, move, claim, because it...
Limited in the number of objectives you could carry, so he could do that.
Look at that saving. 3 out of 4 saves on white dice.
2 out of 4. Well, it's only 2.
Chewie takes another wound.
So Chewbacca's doing well.
He is. Those B2s not quite doing it. And I think that's James done, isn't it?
Uh,
1, 2,
no.
3, 4, 5, 6.
This unit of B1s hasn't gone.
Oh, it's
That
just that
unit's
unit.
been eliminated.
That's the only unit left for James.
Oh. Oh, no, that's interesting. That's a choice. Does Owen give up on his previous idea, move forward and try and take out another unit of Magna Guard?
If you're going to do that, I would definitely circle this way as much as you can, because this barricade's going to give you some heavy cover coming back this way. It means that James...
Nothing on that side is going to shoot without moving.
Oh, it's range 2, isn't it?
Because they're ranged.
Yeah.
Oh no, they've got the heavy weapons and they have to use those for their eye attack. Well, they've got blast, so it doesn't matter about cover.
Are you claiming that, Owen?
He's moved. Let's see. Does he go to roll dice? Does he not?
Well, we'll see. The dice are in the top corner. We can actually see what is going on here.
Yeah. Now that we have access,
They
to
do have an aim.
No, they've ended.
Wow.
I think they've moved claimed. Oh no,
No, they are aiming. Yeah, yeah.
They have moved and shot.
I like that they're putting the tokens they're using in the pool.
That's handy. Did you tell them to do that?
No.
Oh, they're just natural showmen.
Yes. That will be 2 seconds.
So 3 hit and 2 crits, so the hit's going to fade for armor. Oh no, it's not. I think they might be bickering about cover now. That's going to be an interesting one to see. So unfortunately you cannot see from where I am, but if I turn my head I can see James crouching and staring. He's looking very amused with this. There's a discussion around cover going on.
Yep.
Oh,
and another dead another dead
2
Magna.
wounds. That's interesting. He's made the right choice in killing that one.
Well, it was wounded. You have to.
I thought that was on the other unit. There's so many wounds on Magna Guard there, I'm losing track.
This is the one problem that I've always had with Legion, is the amount of tokens that are on the battlefield. Just because it's like, what am I looking at here?
Yeah.
Look at that horde of B2s.
So they'll be interesting later
So
on.
cool. So cool.
I reckon we might see Han withdraw.
I think so this turn. Withdraw, 0 pip, crack on.
Because
That's a Han attack.
that is a Han attack.
You do have an aim, Owen.
Do we want to remind him he's got an aim?
I
I imagine he's remembered he's got an aim, but
aim.
has he remembered his aim?
Owen.
Owen, you've got an aim.
Hang on.
Nope. He's killed a Magna Guard. Oh, those the B1s.
That was the B1s.
There we go. They've
My
done
bad.
8 wounds.
I thought that was Han because it was 3 white dice. I'm like, don't forget you've got an aim.
They've done 1 wound on Han.
Hey.
On Luke, sorry. That is what normally happens, though. Luke goes down to the humble B1.
Don't remind me.
Best trooper unit in the game, point for point. There is nothing in their price range that's comparable.
Too right. Now, if I remember, these cannons are cumbersome.
I'm not
2 fingers to scroll.
sure. Oh, goodness. I use this
all right, Grandad.
bloody thing.
Yeah, cumbersome. But it has got 1 black dice it can throw.
Where does it say come? Oh, yeah. No, they've got the range to. Oh, they've got. Why have they moved?
To get a better firing position, to offer some cover. I don't know. Oh, look, it's Han. Right.
No, you
What
know
are we
what?
doing?
You know what they've done. I reckon they've recovered. That they've moved because they'll HQ uplink next turn.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be able to fire support,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing stings like Han bloody solo fire support.
Withdraw. Oh, it's pierce 2, isn't it? So it's nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just take that withdraw there, Owen. That's a really good move. Because Han's steady, so next turn you play the 0 pip and you could just pierce those off because they're immune melee pierce, right?
He withdraws towards that corner and just gets around the back of the buildings to do some
Yeah,
damage.
I mean, you can still gunslinger off the back of that, though.
You could.
Off the first move.
Yeah, it's whether or not you've got the range.
It's range 2. I reckon he'll well be in range 2 of at least 1 unit. In fact, where's my pen?
Your pen is... It was here. I've not taken it, I'm sure.
Oh, it's here. I've got it. I reckon Han's here, right?
Yeah.
Speed 2 move to here.
Fire.
I reckon you are actually in range to shoot these guys and this unit of Magna Guard, and then you do your second speed move around this corner.
Why would you shoot the Magna Guard?
Because you've got Gunslinger.
But why would you not shoot... Again, I think shooting Dooku, because once Dooku takes a wound or 2, you have to be so much more cautious with him. And...
Potentially.
It's your Guardian anyway, but it's trying to keep activations alive.
Yeah, potentially. So
This hand doesn't come with impact, does he? He's just
pierce
pierce
2. Yeah. Just pierce 2. 2 red
Yeah.
dice, pierce 2. Really good. Getting fire support out. So if he does that, he can't play... Oh, no, he can. HQ uplink.
Yeah, he's got HQ uplinks on everything.
Not on the emplacement troopers. So these will be able to coordinate
Well,
these.
as long as they're
this
at
one's going to be
coordinate
uncoordinatable.
I don't know. That's...
We see the...
what's the betting? I think that this could be Dooku's 1 pip
pip.
turn.
And I reckon...
Or Dooku's 3 pip turn. Because that lets you pull Han Solo back.
It does. Owen's gone for the 0 pip, 3 pip.
Yeah.
Oh! I mean, we saw it coming with the 0 pip, definitely.
Yeah, has to be.
It was just a little bit.
I suspect James thought the 0 pip was coming as well and decided not to waste his 1 pip on it.
Yeah, you've got cunning. Don't waste your 1 pip. So we're now on to turn 3. Jervis has gone with "You disappoint me."
So dodge to...
And sorry about the mess.
So at this stage, I agree shooting the Magna Guard is better because now Dooku can deflect at you. Previously,
Yeah. No deflect.
no deflect.
And Magna Guard are only immune melee pierce.
Yeah,
So
correct.
the pierce 2 is going to kill those two
So
as long as you can get the...
as long as he moves and shoots. It's,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a no-brainer. It's a
that's-
no-brainer. It's what we said. Straight
We're
down
on-
this way.
We're on turn 3? Yes.
Yes.
It has just started.
Don't forget the steady.
I think he's
Don't
I think he's working out his move, but oh no, he did forget the steady. Unless it's deliberate.
I can't remind them of that.
No.
That's too game-changing.
Tokens, I think, is fair game because tokens have to be done.
Your card gives you tokens, right? That's what's the word?
no,
now?
no.
When building the command. Okay, sure.
So
Owen.
Owen is working out what he can do. Did he give the dodge token to Han? That card gave him?
He's
At
not
first
yet.
place?
No.
Do you want to remind him about the dodge token before he gets electrocuted by Dooku and pulled back out into the open?
Yeah. 1 second.
As you know, it's nice to know things like this, but so yeah, he gains an aim and a dodge, which he didn't give. Although he did. Oh no, he has given them. He's just forgotten to put them down until just now. Has he remembered them now? It looks like it.
He remembered all the tokens, but he did forget that Han is steady, and he was like, "Well, he didn't forget Han was steady. He forgot he could do it after the first move."
Ah. Oh, that's 2 crits. The cover's gonna be they're gonna go to cover for Han. So that's 2 saves, pierce 1, scatter. Scatter's not gonna have any impact. It's the speed 2 move that's gonna hurt here.
Especially having him already gone.
He's only taken 1 wound.
He didn't. Yeah, he's got obviously can't dodge the crits.
Oh no, he's now taken 3 wounds.
Pierce 1.
Yeah, of course.
And now Han is open fire for those B2 units. Part of me thinks, and a force push.
And a force push. Of course, and a force push. It's interesting that he's pulling him back towards Dooku. I wouldn't want to pull him in combat at the moment. I'd possibly push him up towards my Magna Guard.
Well, part of me says, if I'm Dooku here, do I not force push that veteran into combat with me?
So,
because I can always choke at the start of next turn.
You could force push the veteran in. I imagine he's planning to choke the veteran. Oh no, he's decided to move for 2.
So this is the better play for 2 reasons. Number 1,
Keep him
hands
alive
out in
longer.
the open. He's already activated. He can't move, right?
Yes.
Number 2, Dooku is now safe until that vet either withdraws
or
dies next turn. You're going to have to withdraw, aren't you, really? Owen didn't pop his uplinks.
No, he has done. They've got their orders.
Oh, sorry, I meant with this unit. Maybe they've not recovered.
But they may not have.
Sorry, flashbang.
They may not have recovered last turn.
Maybe not. Maybe not. So
yes.
I think this is the better play because it does mean Dooku's defended for now.
Yes, this is the more defensive play.
Owen's pool is Luke, Chewie, 4 troops. So the bet of pulling one of those out is pretty big. Chewie, I think, has to go back into those Magna Guard, maybe?
I don't think those Magna Guard exist next turn. So, because we know they've got an order token, Hang on, he's got 2 order tokens to special forces, but one of the units is over here. Have we miscounted a unit somewhere? So, I think that has to go next because otherwise they will go.
I'm just going to clarify.
Yeah. Oh, dear, oh dear. So, looking at that, they are both meant to be special forces. They are both special forces. It's a small misplacement, that's all. So we have both units for Magna Guards, both of them with 2 dodges. Interesting that he's gone for dodges on the full strength, on the close to full strength squad. I assume that's a late game play. But yeah, so
Well, I mean, there's 2 dodges on each of these, right?
yeah,
One from retinue, one from the card.
yes, absolutely.
It's going to be quite difficult to actually get rid of those then.
You only need 2 crits to get rid of the 1 squad, and the activation bias being what it is, Owen could gamble, but I think I personally would go with the
FD cannon.
FD cannon in the bottom right to try and take out the Magna Guard in front of me and hope for crits.
It's going to be interesting to see.
It looks like he's drawn a HQ.
No, true. Yeah, improvised orders.
There you go.
He drew commander and then improvised orders away into a trooper.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. So do they claim and shoot?
they've already claimed. They claimed last turn.
They shot last time.
No, they didn't.
Did they not
The
move?
FD cannon
Oh,
shot last. Sorry,
yes.
not the FD. The emplacement trooper shot last turn.
So, at this
Okie dokie.
stage, what do they do? Because you're not going to be bulletproof from the Magna Guard. Well, no, it's the B2s sneaking around the back of the Slave 1 are now looking more of a threat than I thought they would.
He's going with the cannon.
Yeah.
Aim, shoot the Magna Guard, I think. He just pointed out.
Your other option is aim, shoot, try and kill some B2s before they do anything, but because the Magna Guard are going to dodge most of it, and they can dodge crits anyway.
I guess if you strip the dodges off them now. Yeah, if you strip the dodges off them now,
Yeah.
it means that the FD can do it. Yep, 2 to dodge in,
Yeah.
2 to save. Knowing Jervis, this is another dead Magna Guard. Oh no! Never
No.
mind.
No, he's decided that he wants to roll average across the match rather than all in one turn.
Yeah, yeah. Okie dokie. So that's gone a little unfortunate there for Owen. In the landscape of the match currently, there are 3 objectives for Owen. 2 objectives each, basically. Although Jervis hasn't claimed either of his.
No, he's ignored them to come run around the front, which is interesting. Or he's forgotten to move them.
I don't think James is very particular with these tokens. He knows what he's doing with them. He also knows that they can be a bit of a roadblock for certain things.
Yeah. So I wonder if he's deliberately left line. I don't know. James has been a lot more aggressive than I expected.
Straight into hand. Straight into
Yeah,
hand.
they've got charge, absolutely. Run in, batter that silly smuggler.
I don't know. I'd have gone with them. I think the B2 firepower could have done a lot.
But they've got no dodges left. If they don't get into combat and out of being shot at, they die.
I don't know. Red dice, though.
You've got 6 black and a red.
Oh, you beaut. That's 6.
It definitely helps that so far it looks like James' attack dice have behaved in a way his defense dice haven't.
That's a dodge coming in there from Han without a doubt. Uncanny look 3. Can he save him?
Yes. He needs to save all of them. Well, he's taken 2 wounds.
He's
which
got 6, I believe.
keeps him alive, I think.
I think he's got 6.
He's got 6. He's
on
alive on 1.
wound. Oh, my word.
Well, I personally think that's great.
Well, we're seeing a Dooku 1 pip next turn.
Be interesting to see.
Unless
Unless
the trooper withdraws.
Oh.
and then they open fire into Dooku and kill him.
If they crit Dooku, if they crit Dooku, he doesn't have Guardian, and it would be a suitable spanking. How dare you not take, the Guardians?
That's huge. Trooper unit coming in here. Go with that one. Just shooting the aim, shoot the Magna Guard. Okay. There is only 2.
Yeah, but if he doesn't shoot them, they'll charge him.
Yeah. Well, charge Han, right?
They wouldn't bother charging Han. Han's no threat to anyone.
Dude, he's crit 2. It's crit 2.
Yeah, but they've got outmaneuver, so it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
okay.
He's dodging 2,
Yeah,
whatever the weather.
okay,
But he's turned his order. He's decided he's going to roll the saves, not just turn their order token over.
Yeah, double dodge coming in nice.
Yeah.
And then
So he's done it again.
He's done it again. Statistically, one of those should have died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Well, the red dice across the match so far, James's defense has been about 40%, so he is rolling below average. But now that it matters, he's rolling above average.
Yeah.
I blame the magnetic dice.
They don't roll anything off, but it's irrelevant pretty much because they're droids.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to run. Is he going to be sensible and run for the big cannon? He is. Yes, good shout, James.
Mate, you've not seen what that cannon can do in combat.
Is it really good in combat? That's not terrible,
That
is
could
it?
kill these Magna Guard.
That would be amazing.
It's 2 black dice in combat for anybody who doesn't know, but they could aim and just smack these Magna Guard to bits.
Well, they've got 6 wounds. The Magna Guard aren't killing them this turn. Even with rolls like
2, 4, 5.
that. Again, 4.
Well, there's the tenacity coming in, right? You've just turned 4 dice into 5.
Again, I think I'd have rather had Guardian. I'd worry about Dooku. The key thing in this list, Dooku dying,
yeah, but
really hurts.
you play like a maniac, Doig.
I don't play like a maniac. I play fluffily. Never did we see the Magna Guard going, you know what, lads, let's go in and ignore our charge. You think every time you see them, they're protecting someone.
I feel a little safer to slap with Luke here.
A little. Oh.
Yeah. 2, 4, 5. Pierce 2.
Yeah, there's
Dead.
no way they're living.
Oof. Gone.
So now it becomes, does he burst of speed this turn or next turn?
No, next turn. I think he does a speed 2 move to hide this way. Or maybe...
I think he goes behind the
maybe this
building.
way? What, this one?
No, this one.
Oh,
So
this
he
one.
comes up a little bit because then he's got charge. So speed 3, you're
Remember,
there.
all of this is impassable.
Yeah, but it's more stopping the hits coming in.
He's doing what I'm...
But he has gone for the straightforward
He does
run.
have prepared supplies, remember, so he's got a cash dodge.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I think cash dodge on Luke is too good not to have here.
Especially as he's got no Master of the Force. You are looking at him going, I need that dodge when I need it.
Well, I mean, if we take a quick look at Owen's list, we're looking at cards available for him. We've got Son of Skywalker, full of surprises, My Ally is the Force, and Return of the Jedi.
He used Return of the
Oh,
Jedi.
he's used Return, yep.
And hold at any cost.
But he's still got
He's got
3
3
cards.
Luke cards.
For Luke, so he needs to be using those cards.
That could be
Oh.
what... Well, it's us.
I'm so sorry. That was unintentional by every opportunity.
So now we're having the discussion, do I get cover, do I not? What's interesting is that with the blast weaponry of the B2s, I think that he's okay. Oh no, actually, have they cycled? Because they have to spend the turn recovering. So they
They fired it already last turn. They
Yeah.
haven't recovered yet.
so they're so they don't have to shoot, then they'll move and shoot. I wonder if Owen's missed that. It's very interesting analysing a game from top down because I'm used to playing it, looking
You're
at
used
it.
to playing it somewhere similar to this, but
Yeah.
maybe a bit more elevated, right? We can
Yes,
see
indeed.
Owen's not had the best of turns in terms of shots going on at this point.
Yeah. Although it has to be said that James, as I said, James' offensive dice have behaved themselves. The defensive dice haven't until it's critical. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's only 3. That's not a brilliant session of shooting.
And that goes to,
That will go to cover.
yep.
Oh, Owen's throwing the dice out. One.
Oh,
no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So take 6. He's got 3 left. Chewie's a tank.
Yeah, he's the only thing in the game that's got more wounds than Vader or Grievous that isn't a tank.
9 wounds.
Yeah. Doesn't stop him being turned into a furry carpet.
He is just a walking car.
But
do you
what a wuss!
Do you send?
He's shot and run away.
Yeah, but do you send Chewie just into a unit of B2s?
Why
not?
I think I'd send Chewie into Dooku.
Yeah, you're going to turn into mincemeat.
You're dead anyway.
Yeah, but if you're in the unit of B2s, you protect Luke for a turn.
But the B2s have got all black dice in combat. They're not going to... There's 4 of them, so
But
4 black... it's possible you survive, you know.
Yeah,
right,
I know.
actually.
Yeah. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, do you try and save Han? Because you've got charge. And both of those Magnas only have...
What's really interesting, actually, looking at this...
Oh, you could go down here and free up the FD cannon to shoot.
No.
Sorry, there's so much stuff.
Even so, next turn, if Jervis commits too much here, Luke comes round the back, and there's objective tokens here.
Yeah, burst of speed straight across.
Burst of speed. Oh no, I'm here. Come and get me. That's
Takes
that's
the
a little
token
bit
and
tasty,
walks.
yeah.
Oof.
Because you could get both of those in the same turn almost. This is a 6-turn game. That one hasn't played anything. Owen has got 1. Owen's got both of the claimed tokens.
I wouldn't be surprised if this emplacement trooper... No, it can't be the emplacement, because a speed 1 gets you there, and the speed... That's 1 turn, that's 2 turns, that's 3 turns to even base it with that thing.
Yeah.
You need to look at getting those rebel troops. As I said, they've got turn 3, that unit of rebels here, have this turn to be able to do what they want, and then they have to turn around and peg it. They have to turn around and go and get that other objective.
If he goes for that objective.
Why would you not?
If he can get Luke there in the next turn, then he's got 3. It forces Dooku to come back, and if Dooku uses his 1-pip this turn to get the thing off Han, he pulls himself away from going back and saving the other 2. And B2s are good, but they're not killing Luke on their own good.
Could be a potential play.
It's obviously famous rebel tactician. Oh, Michael Lee. I have already called Jervis to rack up the kills Owen last turn shenanigans. Yeah?
Yeah, well, that's what you did say to us the other day. You'd say Jervis would make it look like it's dire, and then Owen would just turn around and be like, kablowy.
I wish that I had Owen's rules knowledge.
Did he not claim that object? I thought he claimed it.
I thought he'd claimed it. Do we? Do we just
I'm
check?
gonna let them roll their... No, I'll go check.
Hang on, because yeah, the others may have been claimed as well. We should check really in case people haven't actually remembered they've got objectives. So 4 wounds. Oh no, 2 crits and a hit from the unit leader. That's interesting. So we have definitely got... Oh, that is a cocked dice. Re-roll that dice. Honestly.
Do you know what? I think...
They've all forgotten objectives? They've just
No,
gone
no,
for
no.
killing?
The only thing that is claimed is hand, right?
Right.
But I think Owen made a massive mistake by not shooting off the first steady action, or the first move.
Absolutely.
Because
hurt him so much.
There is nothing to stop him. Like, he could have straight up killed those, because it's Pierce 2.
They still have the 2 dodges. So he'd have shot them, they'd have burnt through them, but they'd have then gone anyway.
Oh, potentially. But he surged to crit. Maybe there's a 2 out of 8 chance it goes.
They've got outmaneuver still.
Oh, is it on card?
Those Magna Guard, it's they've got...
Or is it in list? Have they got situational?
Have they got situational
Oh, they
awareness
do.
from
Yeah,
memory?
they do. Click. Actual click.
Oh,
Yeah, they do have situational.
Stupid,
Yeah.
Stupid bloody computer.
You can hear Doig
You can hear-
lamenting.
You can hear old age is what you can hear.
I've got to go home and finish painting my B1s after this game.
On the plus side, at least you're bringing a decent troop shot. Oh, that's a good roll.
Oh, hello. That
And
is
that's Jervis's B2s
4
for you.
crits.
4 crits and a hit from naked rolls.
Is that B2s?
That's the B2s. Oh, Owen.
Oh, my word. And then 3
Owen, look at
successful.
that. Oh, no, Chewbacca doesn't say surge to defend.
Oh, is that Chewbacca? Oh, that's Chewie.
Chewie died. Okay, that's interesting. So James now pulling back to cover his objectives.
Come on, Owen. Head of the game, we can do this.
Well, it's so Luke has no trouble carving up 2 squads of B2s in 3 turns.
One of them's a Son of Skywalker turn.
Yeah, that's the one that we're waiting on.
Hannah's used his 0 pip though.
Han had already used his 0 pip.
No, he used it this turn.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, would you have been better?
If I was Owen, I think I would have actually I think I would have moved directly away and forced you to chase me and then try and shoot me with your longer range stuff because you've got less dice.
I mean, you've still got that speed 2 move though from Dooku, haven't you?
Yeah, but he moved round and then cornered. If he'd just gone in a straight line,
Yeah.
Dooku has to chase him into the open sort of thing.
That one vet punched Dooku. Hey, you gotta be careful though, because you've still got Dooku's 1 pip, which is Arsenal 2 and versatile on his lightning.
I'm not sure what Dooku's 1 pip's planning to do here, because with Chewbacca gone, Han gone.
Han's not dead yet.
If Dooku runs to Han, I think he's made a mistake.
No, do you know what I actually think you do here as Jervis? You, in your next turn, you play your 1 pip.
Yeah.
You choke the guy in front of you.
Run into the Z cannon and lightning out.
Oh, I'd run into here, kill Han,
You can't.
drops this.
Yeah, but you can't stand over that token, so you bring yourself round to the other side.
But you can move through friendly models, so you could probably
he'll
sit
get there, but he won't pick it up this turn.
No, but he will get rid of Han, which lets the Magnus potentially pick it up.
They've gone this turn already.
No, we're talking next turn.
Oh, yes.
We're not. I'm talking turn 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking turn 4 because you can always lightning into the
FT cannon? No, you can't. It's in combat.
The emplacement trooper on the right on the light cover over here.
Yeah.
And then you've got your B2s swarming those objectives, not letting anybody get to them. And then Owen has to reclaim that other objective.
Yeah.
Now, if that objective goes in the Magna Guard's hands and not Dooku's,
it's better for him to be in the Magna Guard's hands. They've got more wounds than Dooku.
there's only 5 in that unit left. Because there's 2 here, and 1 here.
Yeah. So
Which is
it's 5
1
to 6.
Yeah.
But Dooku doesn't have a. Oh no, Dooku's got force reflexes.
He
He
does.
will have a dodge every turn.
Yep.
Whereas I think the Magna Guard, because we've not seen Roger yet. We've not seen the 1 pip for.
Oh no! Do you know what you do?
1 pip.
You do claim it with Dooku this turn.
Yeah.
You choke off the vet. You force push Han.
And pull it. Well, so the interesting part with that though is that Owen places the objective token in base contact with Luke. Oh no,
It's
because he
whoever's
didn't move
controlling
him.
it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so
yes.
the force push moves Han, places the objective token where Jervis wants it.
Oh, he's just out as well of Luke's range. Oh dear.
Go on, stretch that. Stretch it. Stretch it. Stretch it.
That's interesting because we've not seen the.
I think he was wanting to maybe my allies the force this turn and give him a dodge.
Oh, so. Oh, there you go. Friendly unit gains 1 dodge token.
See, it doesn't look like it's in, but remember, perspective is all weird over here.
Yeah. I mean, from that, you give. Oh, that's interesting. These dudes, did they use their HQ uplinks last turn?
No.
So they use them this turn for a dodge.
Yep,
Oh,
absolutely
we
not
have
a problem. I'll be right back.
judgment call. I assume the judgment call is over whether or not they're in range to issue the order, given that's what we could see them measuring. Not 100% sure. But let's have a look and find out. I'm sure they'll fill me in at some stage. I don't see any hands waving over the battlefield. Oh, no, they are preparing to work out something. Something involving a building. Pardon me. So from that, that looks like they're measuring to check who's in range now. I don't believe that's in, but I could be wrong. I think it's just out. My view is just out. That looks like it's out by a gnat's whisker, and it does look like Owen is not getting to give that order to Han Solo, which would be useful. I mean, it's potentially fatal that he's made that level of cock-up, but then at the same time we are seeing a few different things go wrong for Owen. Maybe I should have bet on Jarvis. That would make it go wrong for him. So we're on turn 4. Were they checking the deployment zone, Ben? Not deployment zone, the order zone.
They were.
And was it out by a gnat's whisker?
I like to say ball hair. And Roger,
yeah.
my ally, is the Force.
Interesting turn to see Roger.
I guess he's saving the 1 pip for when it's crucial.
I think Roger actually now makes these much harder to claim, these top right objectives. Because it gives Luke and the Rebel vets.
Droid troopers and they get a dodge though, right? So it makes the Magna Guard even more annoying.
Yeah. But that's you're going to have Magna Guard and B1s, B2s, sorry, with the dodge.
No, we know where Luke was because he was just out of 3.
So.
Yeah. So he's issued to Luke. He's bounced it, given 1 to that trooper unit, bounced it to the emplacement, and then HQ uplinked.
The 2.
Yeah.
Because they'll get dodges from that. Because my allies, the Force, is awful as a card.
It's great.
Well, of course you get all the tokens as well.
And then the Magna Guard get a dodge from Roger and also a retinue dodge.
A retinue dodge, which is
disgusting.
Do you know what? We could see a really nasty magic shot. Magic shot? Fire supported shot. Magic shot.
We could. Maybe they shoot and then move back to... I'm really concerned about this objective for Owen.
Well, as it's now turn 4, if he does not move backwards...
Yeah. Sorry, let me update this. Turn 4. We've got... Yep, carry on.
So we know that's 1 move to get to that and claim. Then that's turn 5, move, turn 6, move, claim. But that does mean they're falling back. No, if he does that, that's an admission. They're not doing anything else in this mission.
Unless he's playing for a draw and kill points. Like, get 2 objectives each, kill points. Because the Rebels are cheap.
It's possible, but yeah, that's true. Han and Chewbacca aren't as expensive as Dooku. Wow. 197 to Dooku's mighty 200 before upgrades.
Wow, this is going to be interesting.
Yes, this is, well, we know Owen has priority. He has gone for the fire-supported shots. Yeah, he's going to try and eliminate a squad. Oh, what a roll.
Is that what he rolled?
That can't be what he's rolled.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Oh, wait, no, that wasn't. Oh, thank God.
He was collecting the dice.
Oh, thank God. I thought that was what he rolled. I was about to cry. I was going to say there's some white dice missing from that. Oh, they're just rolling off the top of the screen, but that's fine. They will move them to the bottom of the dice pool. There is an aim in this as well, so you re-roll.
You re-roll the blacks every time.
Without a doubt. That was a hit.
That was a surge.
Was it a surge?
No,
I
was a hit.
I was going to say I thought that was a hit.
There's 2 surges we've seen so far, so that's a lot of hits. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And then 2 to cover.
That's 1. No, is that? No, from there it would be
1 to cover.
Why have they got cover?
Because they're firing over the barricade.
Unit leader, yeah.
But that is 2 dead B2s.
Well, that's
God, they thin down real quick, don't they?
Yeah. They're also a much bigger target than B1s because opponents tend to go, oh, they're B1s, they're crap, and forget that they're there until they've claimed the objective and suddenly they matter.
That FD cannon down there.
This one?
Yeah, the one that's doing nothing now is a bit of a sore point, I think. It can't move.
No, it's got reposition, so it could pivot that way and
do nothing.
I don't know what else I'd do with it, you know. Oh, red and 4 black. That would be the Magna Guard wiping out Han. So they attacked, and did they claim? They had an order, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah, because they've got one of the nicer AIs, which doesn't mean you have to twat someone before you can do anything.
It's dodge move, isn't it?
It's dodge move, which is really useful. I think the only better one is the Droidica attack move, which is just really useful. Oh, I can do one of the 2 things I want to do.
Yeah. Okay, so they did claim that.
Yep.
So we've got
So now we have 1 to
0.
Jarvis to 0 for Owen.
Where is Owen gonna go next?
Be that cannon.
You just gotta aim punch, right?
Yeah, if it doesn't go now, it's not going to kill him. It's the problem is
Well,
they've
there's
got
2
2 dodges. There's no point.
Well, you can't do anything else because you can't shoot because you're engaged. You might as well just aim punch. There's nothing else you can do other than dodge.
I would dodge in this instance because it's only got 3 dice.
2 hits go through onto those Magnas. Double dodge.
Double dodge. There's no
Yeah.
reason you wouldn't. Especially as what's going to happen now is he won't go with that until after that's gone, because then he can hit and run into combat with another unit.
Most certainly.
Oh, they are inside. They are in angle. They're definitely in range, and they're probably in cover.
Which one, sorry?
So this is shooting at the unit behind, at the nearest unit. They are in angle. They're definitely in range.
Right. I forgot that they could do that.
I don't know if they're in range. I know they're definitely in angle.
Definitely
I think
far
that's
enough.
range 4. I think it's just in range.
Well, they're range 5 shooting anyway.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Well, definitely in range. There's no way. You can't get out of range without hiding. Line of sight or bust. Oh.
Rolling suppression off.
So, James is trying to trigger them to go backwards. Or forwards. Why are they running forwards? Have they claimed the objective yet?
Those ones haven't, but there's a unit behind them.
Yeah.
Or have they? They must have done, surely.
I don't know. It could be the unit behind that claimed it.
Yep.
Although that's interesting, because if it's the unit behind, that still leaves it vulnerable to Luke running in and Son of Skywalkering.
They're shooting that FD cannon with blast. Not the FD cannon, the emplacement trooper.
Yeah.
With blast. Oh,
It's only
God.
got 3 wounds left. They've got 6 dice? No. 9, no. 4, 5, 7 dice. I can do maths.
Owen's completely ignored that objective off to the left.
Oh, Jesus. Owen's saves have been atrocious.
That's a dead cannon.
That's dead cannon from 1 salvo. Which is quite painful, really.
Oh boy, turn 4 looking like a bit of a bloodbath. Left for the Rebels, we've got 2 FD cannons. Luke Skywalker, who's taken 1 wound. A full unit of vets and an emplacement trooper. Looking on the B2 side, the droid side for Jervis, we've got 2 full units of B2s, 1 wounded unit of B2s, Magna Guard hanging on by the skin of their teeth, and a healthy looking Dooku. Oh, sorry, there is also 1 vet in combat with Dooku.
There is. Well, he's not going to be there by the time Dooku's had his next go.
Wow, this is...
It's interesting because that turn changed massively what I thought was going to happen.
Huge.
Starting with Owen for getting steady.
Absolutely huge.
So what's left to go? Oh, they're firing. They've got the... I love the fact he's got the laser pointer out for line of sight. What's really good about that, of course, is that where he's laser pointering to isn't the furthest point of the base.
That is very loud.
That was very...
I don't think the chat heard it. I think it was too high-pitched for them to hear it.
That's unfairly so there's local dogs complaining.
Or small teenage children.
Ah, but they deserve to complain.
Both of those things are true. All right, so moving back towards the game, we have got little... Is there any hope left of the rebellion?
Yes.
He's alive. He's only taken 1 wound.
He's alive, and he's also got a burst of speed to play about with this turn and has charge.
Yep, most definitely does.
Someone's rolling 5 dice. It looks like James's hand, but I can't tell for sure.
That's Owen's dice, because that's an FD cannon shooting.
4 hits. That's very hairy for Owen. Goes to... So it surges to hit, surges to crit.
It's impact 2.
And impact, there you go. So it is Owen.
And they've got heavy armor. Sorry, they've got armor
They've
and
got
have
armor,
heavy cover.
so
So they would cancel 3 out.
Yep.
Is he just chopping them down so Luke can go in and finish them? Maybe. There is potential shenanigans here.
Well,
Dooku is slow.
for goodness sake. Bloody stupid dictionary thing.
I don't know how you're pulling that up. I don't know how anybody pulls that up.
I'm magic.
I've
clearly.
never managed it. I don't know how.
So, the B2s... Well, there's now 5 wounds left in that... 7 wounds left in that squad from 9. You're not killing that in one activation, but...
You are on a Son of Skywalker turn.
Yeah, well... Son of Skywalker is your attack and then immediate attack, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not you get 2 attack actions.
No.
You don't get to charge twice because you're not Yoda.
Oh, can you imagine? That'd be cool. Yoda's only 4 dice though, isn't he?
He is only 4 dice, but he attacks, gets a dodge, then charges and attacks and gets another dodge, versus everyone else that gets to choose what action they want.
Yoda gets it all because he's a little green
Bastard.
furball, I was going to say. But yeah,
Furball?
let's go with that.
Verbal?
Furball? Flurble?
That's what you reckon Yoda is what you get when you shave a Wookiee. Just all hair.
That's what you get when you shave a Wookiee.
Oh, there's red dice. Who's rolled the red dice? That was James's ring, I think.
I missed that. I was busy.
I was busy giggling against Dooku. Oh, this is interesting. So does Dooku? He's choked one. Then he's moved. And done what? What else did he do?
I still got his 1 pip, I guess, right?
Yeah, he's dodged.
Is he trying to bait burst of speed out into Luke into Dooku?
It's not a bad shout. The issue would be that unless Luke takes another wound, I think Luke is still too hard to kill in one activation. So he's got 5 wounds left, which is Dooku's max. Yeah. He's trying to work out, has he got the range? 2, no. So it has to be that way. Now he could, if
There's
he's
B2s on that slave 1 as well, isn't there?
yeah. But if he's, I wonder if he's got enough range to jump over Dooku's head and go into the Magna Guard.
No, do you know what you do?
No?
You play your your Full of Surprises turn
Yeah.
because you've got no. When you're in combat with Dooku,
Yeah. And
So
survive.
you get a turn of hitting him, so you hit him. You've still got your prepared supply dodge.
And Dooku's got PS1.
Yep.
Well, PS2, but you're
But he's
Makashing.
only 5 dice.
Yeah. When he surges to crit, I reckon he does 3 wounds.
And
Owen dodges 2.
on Dooku's 1 pip turn, I don't think he can actually see another unit that isn't engaged. Because I don't think
I think
he
he's
actually
just... No, you're right.
I don't think he has line of sight to these guys properly, which
That's-
means you burst of speed into Dooku here. Next turn, you don't Son of Skywalker next turn. You play your defensive one next turn.
Dooku might be dead before then.
I doubt it. Oh, he is going around.
He's going... Is he going round? Yes. So...
Is he pushing the Magna Guard in?
That, He could. That's not a bad shout.
No, he's not recovered. So he's not got push.
No, true.
This is the one thing that hurts. And
Oh, look at that! Is that 4 crits?
Oh my god!
So Dooku dodges 1.
Sure, whatever. I don't care.
But that gives him surge to defend. So he likely takes 2. He saves. He took 1.
Took 1, but still, holy Moses!
Yeah, you can see Owen's hands going, what the fuck?
He should have taken 2, but
the odds were he took 2 out of that attack pool anyway. But
wow.
yeah,
Does Dooku's 1 pip give him a dodge?
no.
You'd have to reflexes, wouldn't he? Which you would, right? You'd
Yeah, there is no way you would.
In fact, no. I was going to say, would you punch reflexes, come back? Probably not.
Why would you bother recovering?
No. Punch reflexes, push away Luke, but probably not.
If it's 1 pip turn, you push Luke away first.
Then move into it.
Then you push Luke up, move up, hit Luke, zap out.
Yeah.
What's interesting is it's weird looking at games from the top down and being dispassionate about them because I'm used to being an excitable child.
Oh my god, these B2s are on fire!
It does help that his rolls have been phenomenal for offense.
Oh my god.
Owen's defense rolls averaging out there. Yeah, three dice, 3 hits from one man. That's not a character.
It did kill one of the 2 Magna Guard, to be fair.
Yeah, but it should have. Yeah, the odds are it does.
Yeah. That's that's so upsetting for Owen though. He rolled like a champ with Luke when he needed,
And
then
so
Dooku.
did James.
Yeah, Dooku just came back and did his thing.
To be fair, the 1 pip turn could be really interesting if he uses his bag of tricks, because PS1 plus Luke's got the 1 dodge. You're looking at probably 2 wounds from 5 dice, one of which is ignored by a dodge, and the other of which you've got 4 dice to save with.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's got no suppression, has he?
Yeah.
I think Full of Surprises is the play this turn. Because even if you needed to, you could always.
He's realised he's claimed an objective, so we have one of. Oh, no, James hasn't claimed this one then, because that's red and that's blue, so he hasn't yet claimed it.
Oh.
So they've claimed it and are running around the corner with it.
So that's 1.
Yeah. Which means this unit go next.
Remember,
claim and run.
Luke is only speed 1 next turn as well.
I think next turn's a recover.
I think it's a recover slap, right? I think you bait out.
He's done it again.
Jesus, Jervis.
That's ridiculous.
There were 2 dodges on that unit, so let's see if they can save the. Oh my word! So, I'm not going to say this is the definition of being diced off the table, right? But it's close.
This is what happens when your opponent rolls fantastically and you roll nothing.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
This is usually what my games go like. I'm usually on the receiving end.
So Jervis has claimed 2 in turn 4.
Yes.
And it's currently 2-0.
Yes. I think it's too late in the game for Owen to get that far left one.
Yep, he's left it too late.
Which means that next turn he recovers, pushes the Magna Guard in, kills them.
So
No, that's not a good play. What does he do?
I think he full of surprises this turn. I think he haymakers at Dooku and recovers.
No. He could recover, push Dooku away, run into the Magna Guard.
With charge.
Or pushes and runs in to stop the objective escaping. His other option, with Full of Surprises, would be quite funny.
Can you imagine if this guy was Op Luke? It would be a lot easier for him.
Yeah, but Op Luke's dirty.
You're playing for, there's actual things you're playing for here. This is the league final.
I'm not sure how Op Luke is so much cheaper and better than Commander Luke.
He's not cheaper than Commander Luke.
Look at all the keywords and tell me he's not cheaper.
Ambush.
Son of Skywalker. Oh.
There's a roll-off.
First roll off of the game. Turn 5.
Not the 1 pip. I suppose you save you cut in 1 pip, right?
I would have used it immediately. At this stage, it's the because you've got push. You could do. You get out the way. I'm going to stab you, shoot them, and you're not getting my objective. Also, you could suppress them off the board if you went first.
And it goes to Owen because that was Jervis's roll.
That was Jervis's roll. He went first. Owen's.
Oh, that's huge. Dooku's got no dodges. He
can't.
can't use Guardian in combat, right?
No. The only one that does that is Grievous's 2-pip.
So there's 12 black dice coming from Luke here.
Potentially 12. If he kills him with the first lot, it'd be amazing.
Well, then he could shoot that one lowly Magna Guard with his Pierce 2, right?
What's he working out?
I think he's just measuring distances of how safe Luke could or could not be if he manages to get rid of Dooku.
I mean, if you kill Dooku,
he's aiming. Aiming, hitting.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's 6. There you go.
So, on average, Dooku survives this on 2 wounds.
He's taken 1 so far. He's now taken...
He's taken 2 more.
2 more. So he's got 3 wounds left. Oh, it was cocked because it was on the dice. So he's taken 3, so he's got 2 wounds left.
So he's survived on 2 wounds. Bang on the averages.
Now for the second attack from Son of Skywalker. Still with an aim.
Yeah. Oh, good job for that as an aim there.
God, there's a bloody aim.
Oh, Owen throwing it around. 4.
because
Two
the
of
one's
which
a
are
crit.
crits.
Well, it's irrelevant, isn't it?
Yeah. 1, 2.
Two,
He's dead.
He's dead. Oh my god!
What a terrible Dooku.
Oh my god!
Oh, now that is what's really interesting. There is Luke's got enough wounds that you could come back from it because they've fired their blast weaponry. They're going to have to move towards him,
Oh, that's huge.
and if they move forward and fluff, they're in charge range for a very yeah, they're in charge range for an angry Luke if they move forwards.
That's crazy.
That's
Callie, I do still have loads of cameras. Look, they're all here. It's just the way that Legion plays, the
Yeah.
top down's really important.
Top down's really useful to see.
Wow, though. That's absolutely crazy.
So that means well, hang on. If we look at Jarvis's list,
Well, that's his 1-pip gone.
I think that might be all his cards that are left gone.
Hang
He's
on.
only got standing orders.
Let's go to his list. He's
used ambush.
He's got put.
Has he not used push earlier? I thought he did.
He did. He used push earlier.
So he's only got standing orders now. Because he's lost Dooku's 1-pip. Oh no, did he use standing orders in the first turn?
Oh, he did.
So
Yeah.
he has got push
Yeah.
left.
Yes, because he used Dooku's 2-pip, didn't he?
Yeah. Now
The
that's
B2's charging.
that's an interesting. I understand why he's done that, but I think I'd have shot first. Did they have a face-up order token? Yes, they did.
They did, yeah.
Yeah. Because I think I'd have shot first. 'Cause
Oh,
they're
that's-
better at range.
That's crazy. I can't believe Dooku just fell to lose. I mean, it was his 1-pip turn.
It was, but the odds were from 12 dice he took 6 wounds without a dodge token, which is enough to kill him at full health.
Mhm.
But James's red defense dice have been on fire in the second half of the game. That's 3, 4, 5. Oh, they aimed first. 4, clever. I like that.
Did they have a charge? Did they have charge?
No, how have they done that then? Where was their aim from?
I was gonna. Wait, no. This is Owen. This is
Oh.
Owen shooting. Never mind.
Oh,
Oh.
they've moved in. Owen's then shot at them.
Yeah. Is Owen gonna pull? That was with the FD cannon as well. Oh my god. that's
So
painful.
actually,
Owen could pull this back.
that's a shame. I mean, what a wonderful thing to happen.
We are turn 5 here of the final. 2 objectives
No, there's
claimed.
only 2 claims. So James now must claim this and run, or else. If they don't run, they're too near to Luke.
Yeah, he's just running away with his stuff. I think turn 5.
So they move and claim. That's 1.
No. The cannon moves and claims.
It's gonna. Oh yeah, that. So it moves twice because it has to pivot. No, it, does it
Yes,
have to
it's got
pivot first?
reposition.
Yeah.
So,
So-
it moves,
Moves. Claims, shoots.
and then the other one's hot tail it the other way,
Uh,
right? Yep, here we go. Come on.
Yes.
Maybe it just moves once because it's got a big base.
It has, but
No, not quite. Not quite. Close, but no
then
cigars.
he's gonna move it.
And then reposition again.
Yeah. So Owen's definitely got that one. So now they, I think, finish just short if they move, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Which means they've got to do something phenomenal.
I wouldn't go sideways here, Jervis.
I would be into that cover. Yeah, you want to get me, you're gonna have to run.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gone for the light cover, which I understand.
Callie, no, I've not uploaded videos because we do live videos here, not upload videos. And I haven't streamed in the past 2 months because of Christmas and everything that's been happening. Anyway, so Owen's definitely got 1. The B2s have definitely got 2. Those vets are making a Hail Mary onto...
Oh, you know what he could do that'd be quite fun? He's not turned that round. He could if he's fluky.
Kill these.
No. So from there, you shoot that lone Magna Guard, get rid of that activation. Because otherwise what will happen is, so if I was Jervis, they would be Commander next.
Mm-hmm.
And I would move the Magna Guards up to try and keep the objectives as safe as possible.
Oh, God. This is going to be close, isn't it?
That was always going to be close. I think that top dice looked cocked to me, but 3. That's one of those was a crit.
This was after cover.
Ah. 1 wound. Is it enough?
Yeah, he went for the Hail Mary, not on the activation.
So there's quite a few wounds there now.
The B2s have charged to stop Luke moving, which makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I'm Jervis, you don't need to go and kill with the B2s. You could genuinely just run away.
You could, but running this way feels probably a bit nicer.
Luke doesn't have push left either, because he's still not. He used it once and hasn't recovered.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so painful. Yeah, they're just moving right into the corner. Jervis is probably going to take this game just.
Through playing like a coward. There's a shame. There's a shock.
2 to 3 speaks a lot bigger margin than it actually is, I think.
It's not going to be 2 to 3. It's going to be 3 to 1.
Oh, yeah. 3 to 1, sorry.
Unless, I'm just thinking, because what else have you got?
There is part of me that says, why didn't you deploy the vets on the left-hand side? Just claim that and bring it up. I guess if they get killed, Jervis does something with them. Oh, you beaut.
It's hard to work out. Yeah, so we know who his leader's going to be.
This is tense. I think this is a Jervis game.
Turn 6, yeah.
Yep, we are moving into the last and final turn of the game here.
That puts Jervis at 3 for 3 with Separatists over Owen, which is interesting because I think the rest of the time it's Owen's every time.
I wonder if they're talking it out.
Do you reckon?
Potentially.
No, I think they're push and
full of
surprises.
Yeah, push and full of surprises. In game, let's go to the top down. Full of surprises is the lowest pip he's got left.
And Owen's won it again.
I don't think it really matters for him at this point. Unless he's got force push that we don't know about.
I don't recall seeing a recover action, but of course we can't hear them.
Give him that 2 pip.
So his commander is the unit of Magna Guard. Oh, I think that might be a small mistake. You can't Guardian a unit with Guardian, so I would possibly have gone for the B2s.
You can't what a unit with a Guardian, sorry?
If you've got Guardian, you can't benefit from Guardian. So a Magna Guard can't Guardian a Commander Magna Guard because the Commander Magna Guard. It's also really crap for Obi-Wan because it means that there are no bodyguards because he's the bodyguard.
Of course. What's won the game in Jervis's favour? Probably quite a lot of good dice rolling.
Phenomenal offensive rolls and the Owen forgetting the shot, bit crap.
Well, I mean, no, it is a bit crap because that's 2 turns of an FD cannon not shooting.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot of crap, unfortunately.
Who was that? I didn't see that.
It was.
Is that Luke swinging at the Magna Guard? No.
No, at the B2s.
Them shooting there. Oh, discussions around terrain.
I think they're talking about cover.
That's
Oh, was that a handshake?
that looks like it.
I think that was a handshake.
Was that I've reached the point I can't win? There, it's been
I think that was it. That was game. Okay, well, let's come back to us real quick.
Right. Oh, good.
We get to be on stream again.
Hey. I'm sure people are loving this.
Oh, God, I
view.
look stressed. Yes.
You look stressed. So I've got the old man eyebrow going on. It's awful. I shouldn't be able to see myself.
I've got the old stress stuff going on here. Wow, that was crazy. They called it turn 5. The last Hail Mary shot didn't work.
They call it turn 6.
No, turn 6.
They got to the Hail Mary shot, and at that point it became impossible.
That was crazy.
That was interesting. I think Owen made one major cock up. Jervis rolled phenomenally for his attack.
I think, don't get me wrong, Jervis did play well.
He did.
Owen did play well. We're not taking anything away from the players.
When you're backed up by a 70% success rate on all your dice, that's terrifying.
There was a lot of good hits. And the thing is, as well, whenever Owen managed to roll those good dice, Jervis answered with the same dice back. And it was like, oh.
Apart from the turn Dooku died, where he rolled average.
That's one turn when it wasn't needed. Like, Dooku could have died, well, obviously, died there, and it didn't impact anything. In fact, it kept Luke stood still.
But Dooku rolled average and died. He didn't roll badly. A bad roll kills you faster than anything else.
That's crazy. Well, I'm going to just quickly go and get I'll see if Owen wants to have a chat because he might not want to.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a chat with Jervis, and then I'll bring you back in and we'll wrap up. Yeah.
Boo, Jervis, boo.
Oh, stop it! Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. I am back with Owen. Commiserations, my dude.
That's all right.
How do you feel it went overall?
I think I made 2 errors that were like solid errors.
Okay.
And I think James, as we were just saying towards the end, we were like, early on his red dice were terrible.
And then they just popped off.
And then they just came.
Yeah.
And when they came, because his AI attacks, if you did an AI attack, he was rolling like 4 dice with a Baja and rolling 4 hits. And I'm like, well, against white defense dice,
you can't do anything.
And I've got no cover because blast.
Yeah, it's a really strong list, isn't it? How it's put together as well.
It is, and it is that thing of at that level you can't make the mistakes that I made. So,
yeah. So what do you think your 2 mistakes were? Because we think we noticed 2, but I want to see what you thought first, and then I'll
turn 2, wrong command card, played my 0 pip, should have run away with Han, and I'd have been. The game would have. I don't see how we could have got back in it.
Yep.
And that was the first one. And the second one was when, like a Wally, I then spent the rest of the game with Luke with no force push. That was my major thing. So I mean, I could never catch up at the end.
Yeah.
So
obviously, the first one, well, the 0 pip I could understand. So I didn't write that as a mistake. I could understand because there could be a world where James plays his 1 pip there, right, with Dooku.
But I beat it because I'm 0.
No, that's why you play the 0 pip. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you can't play a 1 pip in response, Luke's 1 pip.
Yeah.
Because Dooku just beats you.
Yeah.
And Jervis knows you've got Han, you're going to take the 0 pip, so that means you must have Son of Skywalker as your other.
Yeah.
So he goes, I can play my 2 pip and be perfectly happy here.
I knew he had to play his 2 pip on that turn.
But he either plays his 2 or 1, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of have to play your 0 to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Han's dead anyway. So I didn't really, I don't write that as a mistake. I think forgetting that Han was steady.
Yeah.
Because Pierce 2, right? The Magna Guard aren't immune piercing shooting, only melee.
But they all had dodges and were...
Oh, they did have 2 dodges, didn't they?
And they all had situational.
Yeah, which means they can dodge the... Yeah, okay, fair play.
Which is why I was so focused on running.
Yeah,
that's why my whole game plan was get it and run.
If they didn't, there was a chance you could kill the Magnas in the bottom, which left the FD cannon open to be able to do something. But I forgot they had dodges, correct. The other one was the placement of your objective. Let's just go to our top down here for a second. So the placement of this objective here.
Yeah.
That was one you placed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was the thought process behind putting it there?
So
because obviously the other thought, well, there was 1 here and then there was 3 around here.
Yeah. So the idea was,
you can draw if you want to.
Yeah. So literally, because there was 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there.
Yep.
Literally, my entire plan, which for some reason I abandoned, was Han goes there, and then he comes back here.
Yep.
Luke comes up here and deals with these.
Yep.
Right. And then what happens then is, as Han comes this way, I've got an FD there and there. This FD's dead, but he's going to have to commit to kill him because he's got that covered.
Yeah.
As they come this way, Luke don't want to be there either. So Han's coming around the bottom. Luke's now coming back for that. So I've got both of my heroes as hard as they can headed back for that objective.
You say you abandoned your plan. You didn't, though, because turn 1, you're here with Han.
Yeah.
And he's here, right?
Yeah.
Turn 2, Jervis wins the pip, doesn't he? Or is this the 0 pip turn?
This is when I should have used the 0. If I'd used the 0 pip, I would have been all the way back here.
Yeah, okay,
and
so
at that
you used
point,
it 1 turn too late.
Yeah, at that point, Dooku was here.
Yeah, he was.
So Dooku would not have been in range to
force
push, or he couldn't have done his weird lightning thing the next turn either, because I could have, played my Luke 2 pip, and then the full of surprise, not full of surprises, the Hope one, because then I don't have dodges on everything in my army, including Han.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
But there was a few unlucky bits, like the Han not being quite in range of Luke, the one that
Yeah.
we called you for.
I'm sorry, I had to go.
No,
I had
you're
to
right.
go against you on that
And
one, but
we were both laughing about the turn that Chewie was still alive and he hadn't moved his Magnus in, because I'd forgot. Well, I'd overcommitted the last turn with my H-cut link because of what had happened with realising I'd played the wrong card.
you tried to
I
consolidate.
then tried to
yeah.
consolidate when I should have just recovered. I was like, no, shoot them down as hard as I can, and I should have just consolidated. And because I didn't have order control.
Yep.
Couldn't get Chewie out the bag. Chewie could easily have got into one of the squads of Magnus, preferably the big squad.
Yep.
So it's a baby squad going after Han.
Yeah, of
And
course.
I was like, all right, I'll go to the bag. Oh, it's the wrong one. I'll dip again. Oh, it's still the wrong one.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, it's fine. I've got another turn. Still the wrong one. Another turn. Still the
Yeah.
wrong one. Now he's dead.
And it just snowballs at that point, doesn't it? And
yeah.
those PK worker droids being bloody annoying.
I
Like popping Magnus back on one wound.
Yeah, I mean, I made a couple of silly, like, minor things. They weren't massive, but early on I should have waited longer before I shot the B2s and Magnus to wait till after he's had his... Because I was killing whole models. But then where I was like, what are the odds of killing a whole model?
When the
I'm
red
just
defense dies.
The red defense
yeah.
dies, heavy cover. I'm just going to try and look it and hope I get a wound out. You know, and if he PKs that, that's fine. I don't mind him taking a wound off. Restoring models is mega.
Yeah.
Um,
So, question then. This list, when you sent me this list, I was
Yeah.
surprised by two things. Number one, you took Echo Base, which meant you had to take Commander Luke,
yeah.
and Chewbacca.
Yeah.
So, for me, your Echo Base turn, having standbys, was useful,
Yeah.
but I don't think it was op Luke useful.
No.
I think if it was me, I'd probably go back to normal, maybe drop Chewie, put op Luke in and another unit of vets.
It was the...
I don't know. I'm
I
just...
kind of went Echo more because of the threat of Echo. And especially if
Okay,
he'd have gone...
yeah.
Because if he'd gone Mando, he's got... If you're watching, you don't know. He plays a Shadow Collective list with 2 squads of Mandalorians, Maul a bus with the gunner and the quad
gunner.
cannon, 2 squads of pikes with whips. And I was like, well, then on the turn he wants to get his Mandalorians in.
They're dead.
They're dead,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that much firepower.
So the Echo Base was a defensive choice
was a
rather
very,
than offensive.
yeah, no,
one.
yeah. And it was a hard choice because, like James and I were saying, you know, the losing a wound, it's not a massive difference. Losing a black dice, it's not awful.
It's the disengage, mate.
Disengage and Master the Force
Yeah.
gone, both of them.
Yeah.
Because we were at the end going, we went into the final turn going, we both thought I could still get back in. And then we realised that with no disengage and no Master the Force, I couldn't get to the Magna Guard that I needed to.
Yeah.
And I was like, who wrote that Commander Luke card and why has it not been errated
FAQ,
by now?
yeah,
It should
it
be.
needs something, doesn't
It
it?
either needs disengage or it needs Mastery of the Force.
yeah.
You know what? Like, you'd been trained by Obi by now, so surely he's got...
I've always thought that Luke's command cards could do with a tweak. So one of them's like permanent increase your Master of the Force. So if you're
Yeah.
0, you become 1. And if you're 1, you become 2. Because Op Luke, at that point, pretty much is Master of the Force 2,
Yeah.
realistically. So I think they could do with a bit of a rework, maybe some changes in certain points. I like the Full of Surprises turn. We thought, you know this turn where you Son of Skywalker?
Yeah.
We thought you were going to Full of Surprise
I was
because
going
you
to.
didn't have any suppression.
Yeah.
So you were rolling like 8 dice if he throws at you. And you're like, cool.
But then I was like, if I kill Dooku...
Do I just kill him?
if I kill Dooku, then I've redeemed at least a moral victory.
Oh, for
'cause,
me, you won the game.
like-
I don't care from that point.
like, yeah, honestly, I had 2 objectives today, to win and to kill Dooku, so I only got 50%.
Hey, 50% is better than 0, isn't it? So you
Yeah.
managed to get one of them.
Oh, and third objective was obviously to actually be here and not stuck at home with screaming children.
Well,
so
thank
I
you so
did that
much
one as
for
well.
being here. And I think to say that you had a wee Ben only 6 weeks ago.
yeah, to be honest,
you've
this is a
smashed it.
shout out to Tansy and Ryan. You guys suck. How can you not beat somebody who's sleep deprived? I had 3 hours sleep before I played Ryan
Yeah.
and 2 hours sleep before I played Tansy. Like, come
Yeah.
on, guys.
Oh, well. I mean, that's just a testament to how good you are.
Of
Owen.
course,
Yeah.
yeah. But it means next year I'll be fully fit, you know, and I'm going to take that spot.
Let's go. Let's do it. I mean, I'm probably not going to get close enough to qualifying, so I'll just stream it again. It'll be great.
You know what? Next year, You make sure you qualify, and then we'll find out if we can get to the final together.
Okay.
And we can have the kindest battle ever.
Yeah, we'll just be like, oh yeah, why not? You take Luke, I'll take Luke. It'll be great.
Are you taking Luke? Or am I? We'll both take Luke.
Yeah, why
I
not?
can be friends.
Why not? Let's
We'll
be
meet
buddies.
in the middle and we'll play.
Just go round the roses.
Yeah. I'll play I Am Jedi. You can play
Yeah, we'll just do that.
Yeah.
No, I Am Jedi's my. No, anyway, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh,
Owen.
you're welcome.
Commiserations again, but
It's
it
all
was
right.
a bloody good game to watch. So
I
thank you
enjoyed
very
myself.
much.
So
In that case, we're going to be back in just a second, and we're going to get Mr. Jervis on so he could have ultimate bragging rights. We'll see you guys in a minute. And we are back. Sorry, I should have said
Roger,
one.
Roger.
I counted 3, 2, and then didn't say 1. Anyway, congratulations, James.
Thank you.
We are back with the winner. He has absolutely proven that good dice rolling and well good planning can be really cool. Did you? How do you feel about the game? How did it go? Obviously, you won. That's
Yes.
great. But ignoring that, how did it go?
I think it went really well. Like, obviously, Owen is a great, fantastic player, great guy to play against. He knows the game.
Yeah.
So it's always a struggle to fight Owen.
Yeah.
Because in most games he does win, truth be told.
Yeah. Well.
But Dooku seems to be his bane. Dooku does something to his head about it. Even so, Dooku died. Like that last term when he played his Son of Skywalker,
Yeah.
I kind of I didn't realise he played both his 3 pips. I thought I Am Jedi coming. So that's why I played my ambush.
Because you thought
Yeah.
you didn't want to. Yeah. Okay.
If I played my 1 pip, Dooku probably could have survived mortally wounded Luke.
Yeah, definitely a thing. We thought you were going to play your 1 pip for Dooku
Yeah.
here, and I thought that Owen was going to play his Full of Surprises turn,
Yeah.
because then he's more defensive because he's not taking any wound suppression, so he's rolling 3 extra white dice.
Yeah.
And we thought maybe that's just enough to tip it in the surviving Luke stage.
Well, see, that's the thing, the interesting one, because with them being echo-based defenders, I'm not sure what card mix they go for.
Very strange, right? Yeah. We were just having a chat with Owen, or I was having a chat with Owen, and I asked him, I said to him, look, if it's me,
Yeah.
I drop Chewie,
Yeah.
I drop Echo, I take Op Luke, and I take another unit of vets.
Yeah. Op Luke is a far more scarier thing to fight than Op Commander.
Yeah.
See, remember at the start of the thing, I put my B1s in a position where he had to force push, because I knew, Master of the Force, he's not going to have that action to actually recover it.
Yeah.
So it's going to save me later on.
Massively. I think
Which he did, because
it
he won.
comfortably won you the game.
Yeah. Because at that point when he killed Dooku and then going into the final turn, if he had force push then, he could have gone to the Magnus.
Yeah.
And we don't know what could have happened at that point.
Well, yeah. I mean, you still had 2 units with B2s on objectives, so
Yeah.
you would have only had 1 objective. So you'd have still won.
Yeah.
But force push is such a good. If you are
Yes.
taking a force user and you're
Oh,
not taking force
definitely.
push, you are not playing the game
Yeah.
right.
Well, so that, I think it was turn 3 where I used all 3 exhaust on Dooku.
Yep.
And I got back reflexes and push.
Yeah.
That was a difficult choice for me because reflex, yes, because Dooku needed it.
Without a doubt.
And push is like one of the things. I don't really need it next turn, but I don't know what Owen's going to do.
I was going to say push beats choke,
Yeah.
because choke, okay, it guarantees a kill.
Well, say it was going to choke off the final wound on the dish, and then free up the magnet to go to the sentry. But B2s did the sentry and magnet freed up. So
Yeah.
it worked out in the end.
It was phenomenal. I mean, the dice rolls in the early, like turn 1, didn't help. Like, your defense dice were garbage, right?
Oh no!
But
yes.
then they came back, and they came back with a vengeance. I think
Well-
we looked at it, and you did roll above average,
Yeah.
but it wasn't for that like 0% turn that you had in turn 1. Like it, and they help. But you played exceptionally well as well, so that just helped embellish those dice rolls. Like, it's a dice game at the end of the day.
Is,
You
yeah.
could have rolled blanks for days, right, and it would have been a completely different story.
I was just saying to Mike, I managed to get all capacity 6 repairs done, and they made major changes. So with Magna George coming back, like there was 1 on hand, and all of a sudden 3 was on hand because I got back 2.
We were saying, if that 1 on hand was just 1 and stayed as 1, my hand would have gone out scot-free.
Yeah, like he was talking about getting Chewie to go into combat with it, which would tie up, maybe even kill it. And then Han was like, yep, blah, 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 blah. I'll carry it to the other side.
Yeah. The big mistake that Owen made was he didn't play 0 pip on turn 2.
Yes.
Which he should have done.
Yes. Like, I did kind of think getting his head a little bit because I was talking about double the 4 that turn. And he was like, oh, yeah, Dooku, he does that. Like, probably would have drawn it anyway with Infi's orders and the small order tokens he had in the thing. But I think he played what he did because he thought Dooku might have. I don't know. It's hard to say what was going on in Owen's head, but he knew Dooku can do shenanigans.
Yeah, definitely can. Dooku's one of the most versatile force users I think that you can have. He lacks jump, but he needs to lack something else. He's just stupid, right?
As I always say, Dooku is the scalpel of the game.
Yeah.
Like, if used effectively, he can do so much damage and control the ball with his command cards. But if it's caught out, he dies.
Yeah. Oh, well, we saw.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there were 12 black dice, don't get me wrong, but Luke did carve him a new one, didn't he?
Yeah, well, you got to give him something, eh?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a phenomenal game to watch, mate. I really do appreciate you being here and letting us stream it. And thank you so much, and congratulations as well. I mean, how does it feel to be able to have the ultimate bragging rights and just you can waltz into any tournament here next month? Well, Sanctuary Run 1.
I'll put it to use this Sunday.
Yeah, well, this Sunday we do have a skirmish event here at Sanctuary in Sutton in Ashfield. If you're interested, find us Sanctuary Gaming Centre and Coffee Shop on Facebook. I'll be there with Dooku and some B1s.
I'll be there with Kenobi.
Are you bringing Kenobi?
Hello.
Yes. Yes, I was hoping you would, because it's just good fun to see you on Gar and prove they can do something, right? What is it? Kenobi 2 phase 1s and a bark?
No, it's.
You don't have to release it if you don't want, because there are.
No. It's Kenobi 3 phase 1s, 2 Z6s, 1 DC 15, and a box beater. Basically, it's what you get in the core set with extra guy.
The bark's for the surge to hit, right? Because it's a cheap surge. It's a 55-point surge.
It's got the RPS, so it's like
Jesus,
it's double rainbow. Double rainbow surge to hit. Might be a cheeky fire support.
That's crazy.
You didn't hear that from me.
No, nobody heard an out, mate. Nobody heard an out. All right, brilliant. Well, I'm going to dip and get Doig back because we're just going to wrap up and then we're going to say goodbye to everybody. But thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you for having us.
Go and celebrate. And with that,
Look at our glorious happy faces.
we're done. That was
an awesome game. Owen,
spectacular.
little bit annoyed with himself.
Yeah, we were talking. You know, he said he should have played his 0 pip on turn 2, got Han out of dodge.
Yeah.
This, that, and the other, which is fine. It makes sense. But you can go back and retrospectively look at that.
You can look at every game and go, if only I'd done that. If only I'd rolled better.
If only. Well, thank you so much for joining me on commentary.
That's interesting. It's the first time I'm still getting used to seeing myself everywhere.
Just look at this.
Oh, there. Wow, that's...
Pretend this is... I can get a mannequin if you... I can't. I'm terrified of mannequins.
I think that would be a terrifying thing. Just sit a mannequin with a headset on and have my voice coming out. People would think it's a Doctor Who villain.
I meant a mannequin there so you can look at the mannequin.
That would possibly be useful.
Yeah, it would creep me the hell out, so maybe not.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for joining us. If
awesome,
if you want to join me again at any point,
I'm quite happy to sit and chat about games I can play, which is
did a wonderfully adequate job.
A wonderfully adequate job. I'll take that. That's better than fucking shit, isn't it?
You were fucking brilliant.
Oh,
is that
good.
better?
That's much better. That sounds more like how I'd describe myself.
I'm sorry if you're watching, Mum.
But yes, that was an awesome game.
Brilliant.
I really enjoyed that.
But you didn't need to during... Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us.
Yes.
2023 is going to see me doing a lot more live streams of Age of Sigmar, but I'm also going to do, touch wood with luck, weekly or bi-weekly Legion reports.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
So from here, I'm going to get people from around the community to come in to play some games. It'll be a mixture of skirmish, 800, that sort of stuff. Stop him, Ben. He's looking into my soul. No.
I have to stare. It looks so unnatural because I'm now down there. For God's sake, I'm everywhere. This is
literally 3 doors.
This is awful.
Oh, this is terrifying.
I like seeing myself, but not this much. But no, so yeah, sorry, you were saying I've seen myself.
We're streaming
distracted.
loads more stuff, basically, this year, so keep your eyes peeled. Also, if you're interested in playing in some Legion tournaments, DysonDucks.com, I've got 2 500 points and 2 800 points coming up. And we do a monthly Legion event here at Sanctuary, which you can find on Facebook. And there's a massively good group of people that come and play.
Yeah, the community's generally all right, apart from me. Everyone else is lovely.
If you ever play Doig, don't expect to finish a game.
I've never been clocked out. That is unfair.
And on that absolutely diabolical lie, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
Everybody who's supported the channel. Appreciate you guys, and we will catch you next time. Look after yourselves. Take care.
Have fun.
Bye.
That's wonderful. Excellent. Now,